Downtown Houston, home of hot summer weather in 2017, the hottest bats in baseball. It's game number 2 of this 3-game set between the Houston Astros and the Minnesota Twins, and Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by State Farm. Brian Dozier came out of the All-Star break ready to go, and he's now Minnesota's leading man as he blasted his franchise best 21st leadoff home run last night. He'll lead the Twins into battle tonight against one of the hottest teams throughout baseball. Welcome inside Minute Maid Park, where the Twins look to get their first win of the season against the Astros. They're 0-4 so far, and tonight they get a key player back in the lineup and a familiar face to Minnesota Twins fans. Joe Mauer returns and plays first base tonight for Paul Molitor's squad. And boy, after a slow start, look at the numbers that Joe Mauer has put up month by month, better and better, including over 350 in the last month. His manager, Paul Molitor, said he never panics. He said he's such a professional in that batter's box. He doesn't have to worry about it. He knows at some point Joe Mauer's going to do what he's doing right now, which is seeing the ball and hitting the ball. And the other factor that Paul Molitor talked about is the great defense he's played over at first base. Molitor believes this guy should be a Gold Glover, and he believes the great infield defense that the Twins have put up this year revolves around the great play over at first base by Joe Mauer this season. And that defense will be tested tonight. The Houston Astros are putting everything in play. 50 runs in their first 4 games against the Twins this year. But when we come back, Dick Bramer and Torrey Hunter have a game plan how Irvin Santana can slow the Stros tonight.
Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by Toyota. Tested, trusted, Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by Jeep, the official vehicles of summer are ready for what your summer brings. Hurry in to your nearest Jeep dealer for the clearance event of the summer. The Twins hope to stay above the 500 mark, hope to beat the Astros for the first time this year, and it will be their ace, Irvin Santana, on the mound for the Twins against right-hander Joe Musgrove. And we welcome you inside Minute Maid Park. Dick Bramer along with Torrey Hunter for this 3-game series here in Houston. It has been said in baseball for about 150 years that good pitching will beat good hitting. We know the Astros are a good hitting ball club, but the Twins are sending their ace onto the mound here tonight.
Oh, well, you got Santana on the mound, and this guy knows how to pitch. I was teammates with him for several years. I've seen him pitch some extraordinary games. I mean, this is what he did last time, and, you know, he keeps the ball, you know, down, and he got these guys off balance. He's in and out of the zone, mixing up his pitches well. These guys were not comfortable at all. And that's what he brings to the table. He's a veteran presence. He's been around and been in pressure situations before. I love when he's on the mound. He gives the team a better chance.
In late May, when Santana left the mound at Target Field, since then, the Astros have just pounded Twins pitching.
Well, you know, the Astros right now, once you get in your mind that against a team that you know you can hit those guys and you have all the confidence in the world that you can hit that pitching, you know, these guys are comfortable at the plate. When you mentally hitting, it's all mental. And I think if mentally you know that you can go and hit a team and you hit them well, this is the results.
What they've done against the Twins is impressive. What they've done against everybody else in baseball is impressive.
That's very impressive, man. You're talking about, you know, #1 in average runs, you know, per game, slugging, homers. Man, on-base percentage, these guys are #1 in everything. These guys know how to hit. They're an athletic team, and I think they're growing and become one of the forces in Major League Baseball.
Just think, they're on a pace to score nearly 900 runs this year. It'll be Irvin Santana's job to try to quiet this lineup and get the Twins back in the win column. Up in Houston, home to baseball's most lethal lineup, the Astros have their sights set on the ultimate prize this fall. The Stros have had the Twins numbered this season, but Minnesota has shown a knack to bounce back when they are counted out. Tonight, the Twins look to get on the board against the American League's best. At one point this year, the Twins were 7 games above the 500 mark at 25-18. Since then, there have been 2 prior situations where they found themselves just a game above 500 and in trouble of perhaps falling to the 500 mark. And in the prior cases, they came back with a win to stay above the 500 mark. Paul Molitor hoping that'll be the case here this evening with the Twins now just a game above 500. The Menards batting order. Brian Dozier leading off. Zach Granite in center field. Joe Mauer back in the lineup. Then Miguel Sano, Max Kepler, Robbie Grossman, Eddie Rosario, Jorge Polanco, and Jason Castro.
I kind of like Zach Granite hitting second. Molitor can kind of use him in different ways, hitting runs and hitting behind runners and using them to kind of create runs.
Joe Musgrove has given up a lot of runs in his prior appearances for the Astros. We'll see what the Twins can do tonight with the Northland Ford defense for Houston. Marwin Gonzalez in left, George Springer in center, Josh Reddick in right, Bregman, Correa, Altuve, Gurriel, the infielders, and Evan Gattis doing the catching. Scoring runs against Houston hasn't been a problem. 4 prior games, and the Twins have scored 21 runs. That should be enough to win a game or 2 along the way, but the Twins have given up so many runs. The 21 runs hasn't been enough. Dozier started the ball game last night with a home run. The Astros put on a pull shift for him right out of the chute in the first inning here.
There's one guy on the right side of the field.
Dozier drives it to left. Last night it was the second pitch, and tonight it's the first pitch.
I think last night it was the first pitch as well. That's unbelievable.
Jumping all over the first offering from Musgrove, and Dozier now has 15 home runs on the year.
That pitch was right down the middle. I think they try to, first pitch, I think yesterday they tried to get the ball away. Today they tried to get away, but it was right down the middle, right down the pipe, and that's what you're supposed to do. When a guy make a mistake, don't you miss it. Might not ever get it again. Great swing.
And now Zach Granite. Granite takes a strike. Not many highlights for the Twins last night as Dozier's hit his 22nd leadoff home run. He passed Jacques Jones on the leadoff home run list for the Twins last night. Chopped to second. Easy play for Altuve with a shoulder high hop. Going down, not many highlights last night, but Zach Granite did get his first big league hit.
That was good. I still enjoy Altuve jumping for that ball and throwing it. He threw his glove, and I had a chance to talk to him about it today, and he said, I was really upset that I gave up his. I almost had a chance to take away his first major league hit. He was trying to take that hit away. He is funny.
Joe Mauer back in the lineup on the disabled list with some lower back issues. They are cleared up. He's hitting third and playing first base. Over the inside corner, strike one.
It's always good to see Mauer back in the lineup. He has that veteran presence, man, that we need, in this lineup, and he has a lot of respect in the clubhouse and against the guys on the other team. So this guy, Musgrove, he's young, and he sees a guy like Mauer at the plate. He has to pitch differently. Too much respect for Mauer.
1-1. We were talking last night about Shannon Stewart's influence on the Twins coming over in a mid-season trade in 2003. Well, Mauer brings that same presence to the lineup, doesn't he?
Oh, he does, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure you look at those guys in the dugout. I promise you, these guys are happy to have him back in the lineup.
Swing and a foul. That's 2-2.
Mauer's been out a while, but he has the swing, that he's perfected over the years, and all he does is shoot that ball to left center field. They kind of plan the shift that way. You see the center fielders in left center and the right fielders all the way in right center.
Off the plate, 3-2. Joe tweaked his back early in a ball game, then played through it for the balance of that game, and then it was apparent that he needed some time off. Twins gave it to him before, during, and immediately right after the All-Star break, so he wouldn't miss as many games. Swing and a miss. Mauer strikes out 2 down. 2 away in the first. Let's find Kevin Gordon.
Yeah, it's time for our car soup scoop from the clubhouse. We'll start with Zach Granite. He talked about that first hit in the big. Said he really wanted to get it done. sooner rather than later. Didn't want that donut to be there too long. Robbie Grossman grew up in Cypress, Texas, about 35 to 40 minutes away. He's had family at both these games so far this series. Got to connect with them for a meal. Still remembers watching the Astros in the old Astrodome when he was a youngster. And guys, it is now official Circle Tuesday on your calendar. Aaron Judge has no idea what's waiting for him at Target Field. We do. It's Bartolo Colon towing the rubber for the Twins. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch, boys.
How old are you, Torrey? How old are you right now?
32.
How?
32? No, 40 something.
40 something.
Yeah.
Bartolo Colon's 44, and he's going to make the start for the Twins on Tuesday.
Man, pitchers can pitch. If they keep their arms, they can pitch forever. They got 5 days off.
Sano pops it up, short center field. Correa running out. Actually, that's Altuve. Makes a basket catch. And the Twins go down 1-2-3 after Brian Dozier starts the game with a home run for the second game in a row. Last night after a half inning with the Twins leading 1-0 because of a Brian Dozier home run. Ran into AT Hinch after the game last night. I said, your lineup is something. He goes, yeah, when we get it going, it's fun to watch. And it was fun to watch last night for the Astros and their fans. The Menards batting order tonight. Springer, Altuve, Reddick, Correa, Beltran, Gurriel, Gonzalez, Gaddis, and Bregman. Facing Irvin Santana, who had one of his better outings this year against the Astros at Target Field. The season series started with Santana going 7 innings, giving up 2 runs, only 1 earned run, and it looked for all the world as if the Twins were going to win the opening game at Target Field. But then the Astros absolutely exploded against the Twins bullpen.
You know, it's always good to have a guy like Santana after a game yesterday, scoring 10 runs. It's a breath of fresh air to have a veteran on the mound.
A high strike, 1-1. Now, Santana has not pitched in a regulation game since July 5th against the Angels. He pitched another complete game, although this one a loss, a 9-inning loss to the Angels. 2-1. So he's had 4 9-inning complete games, 3 shutouts, and the 9-inning loss in his last start. He pitched 1 inning, of course, in the All-Star game in Miami. 2-1 to Springer, 0 for 8 in his career against Irvin Santana. Wrapped toward the hole and through. There's his first hit against Santana, and that'll bring up Altuve. Northland Ford defense for the Twins, and even though the errors have been a little more frequent recently, this is a team that's on pace to commit just 80 errors this year. It would be the 4th fewest errors by a Twins team over a full season in their history. Rosario, Granite, Kepler in the outfield, Sano, Polanco, Dozier, Mauer the infielders, and Jason Castro behind the plate. And that the Twins have had such a good defense, largely due to a really good fielding first baseman in Joe Mauer. Good to have him back in the lineup and back at first base. First pitch popped up, foul over the Houston dugout.
Well, we saw Altuve take batting practice earlier today, and this guy was shooting balls to right field over the fence with some thump. I think the balls are juiced.
Well, I know this ballpark is. I mean, this has to be in the American League what Coors Field is in the National League. To center, and Granite is there for the catch, 1 away.
It's definitely a hitter's dream to play in this ballpark.
The dimensions are cozy. The wall, at least in right field and center field, is fairly short. They've actually brought in center field and gotten rid of the hill that was out there. And left field, and I asked Brian Dozier about it before batting practice today. He said, yeah, it looks closer in left field than it does in Boston with the green monster there. It just looks like it wouldn't take much at all to lift it out over the fence.
I know out there in right center where that Geico sign is actually Death Valley. You hit the ball, you feel like you're less than a man. You got to do a couple more push-ups.
The power alley to right center field is 373. That's not very far.
Right there in right center in that corner.
Right.
After the bullpen, I promise you that is you got to hit a bullet out there.
There's 373
right there.
and it bellows out.
Yeah, that's
to about 415.
That kills a lot of dreams and hopes.
There's a strike, 1-1 to Josh Reddick. It's an Astro team that has a team OPS of 857, which is off the charts. The next closest team in the American League, the Yankees, at 782.
Wow.
OPS, on base percentage plus slugging, and my goodness, it hasn't been pretty to watch them hit against the Twins pitching staff this year, but they've been doing it to some degree against everybody.
To do that, you have to do it as a team.
Springer goes. Castro's throw. Safe. Polanco fielding a high throw, trying to get the tag down as quickly as he could, and Springer was able to make and maintain contact with the base.
Yeah, he got a pretty good jump right there, and the throw was a little high, and he was able to slide under and use that athletic ability to get around that throw.
1-2 now, the count to Reddick with the tying run at second. Flip foul. John Tumpane calling balls and strikes. Ken Barrett at first, Stu Sherwater at second, Lance Barksdale at third. 1-2 to Josh Reddick. Off to second, Springer's back.
See what they do is 1-2. You know, they've been having some really good two-strike at bats.
Doing repeatedly what Reddick just did. Fouling off a ball with 2 strikes.
He foul off the pitcher's pitch. They're trying to paint a pitch at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They're trying to throw a pitch that you chase, and you just foul it off until he makes that mistake. And that's what they're doing as a team. Not giving in.
It's blocked by Castro on the breaking ball down and in. That's Santana's strikeout pitch to a left-handed batter.
Yep. Slider down and in, and just really trying to get him to swing over that pitch.
Now 3-2.
Wow.
Carlos Correa on deck.
Well, you got a base open, but you got a righty on deck. You can go for the double play, but I don't know. You just go after him. It's the first inning. I think you go after him, throw strikes, and see what he can do with it.
Last couple of years, Correa has owned Irvin Santana. Foul away again.
Reddick used to hit the ball to left center a lot. We were always playing him in left center, and he would pull off speed down the right field line. Kind of changed his approach over the years. He's more of a complete hitter. That's why he's hitting .316 right now.
Another 3-2. Pulled foul, and another 2-strike foul.
And as off speed, he pulled down the right field line. He's still himself. Your character and whoever you are doesn't change.
Showed you last night how this Astro team, they've changed some people, of course, from last year to this year, but they have become suddenly the toughest team in baseball to strike out.
Yeah.
And Santana running into that here with 3 2-strike fouls in this battle with Josh Reddick.
They foul pitches off, and they wear the pitcher down, and you're actually helping the guys behind you that's hitting behind you to kind of see what pitches he has and what his ball is doing. You're giving them pretty much a better opportunity when they get to the plate and know what the pitches are doing.
Line to Mauer.
There you go.
And a break for the Twins. With Springer heading toward third base, an absolute rocket for a line drive double play to end the inning. Reddick made solid contact but lined into a double play.
Yeah, he hit that ball pretty hard. He loves to pull that ball down the line, like I said earlier, but Mauer was right there, had great placement, and was able to double off George Springer.
So now the second inning, and Max Kepler will lead things off. He'll be followed by Robbie Grossman and Eddie Rosario. In his last 4 starts before tonight, Musgrove had given up 20 earned runs in 19 2/3 innings. So he has given up a lot of runs, and the Twins are going to need more than 1 to win this game. You're pretty confident in believing that. Grounded to the right side. Altuve picks it up. Kepler retired, 1 away. So Santana went after Reddick.
Yeah, he kind of, stayed away from him. He hits a lot of fly balls, away in left field. But he tried to throw him off speed. He always tries to pull it down the line. And he left that one kind of out over the plate, and he was able to turn on it. But luckily we got Joe Mauer there.
Here's Robbie Grossman, the designated hitter again tonight. And he checks his swing and takes ball 1. That's to the gap in left center field.
Run.
Down for a hit. Springer tries to cut it off. Grossman digs for second, and he's in with a double. Robbie Grossman slashing a double to left center field. A little playful with his teammate, former teammate Jose Altuve, and it's a 1-out double.
That was a great swing by Grossman. Grossman, like I said, he's one of the best hitters on the team, and he knows what a bat head is. That pitch was down and in. That was inside, and he was able to go to left center, opposite field, in the gap. And that was pretty much a hustle double. He cut it off in the gap, and Grossman kept going and awarded a double.
Eddie Rosario will bat, with Granite moving over to center field, opening up left field for Rosario. Twins trying to tack on at least 1 more here in the second.
Rosario had a day off yesterday and had 5 days off. I'm pretty sure he's refreshed.
Strike 1. There were years when you went to All-Star games, years when you didn't go. So did you feel recharged when in those years when you did not go to the All-Star game, the second half started?
Oh yeah, I mean, I played every day and I played hard, and so when I did make an All-Star team, I just kind of.
3 Hopper to second, Altuve to first, 2 down, and on the play, Robbie Grossman goes to third. Let's get another update from Kevin Gorg.
Yeah, this one's our Sanford Health injury report, guys. Byron Buxton with that groin placed on the 10-day disabled list. That allowed Joe Mauer to be reactivated into the lineup, but Buxton right in the middle of this hot streak for him. Off now for 10 days. That'll take him into that long road trip out west. The good news is Kenny Vargas is feeling a lot better. Worked out today hard on that foot. He's day-to-day with it, but I would not be surprised if we saw him sooner rather than later. The Buxton one, though, a real bummer.
It was, Kevin, because Byron really had a sequence of good at-bats, really going back the last couple of weeks. The at-bats so much better than they were earlier in the year. There's strike 1 called to Polanco. But what it does now is it gives the Twins an avenue to use both Granite in center field, which is his primary position, and keep Rosario in the lineup in left field.
Yeah, that helps out a lot with Granite being here, and he's definitely doesn't have anything to prove down there in the minor leagues. So it's good to have him here, and unfortunately you hate to see Buxton go down like that. But one thing I like about the new rules and everything is that 10-day disabled list. That is awesome, because I've had injuries where I was ready to go in 7 days, but I had to go on the 15-day disabled list, so I'm waiting 8 days. So it's a good thing that it's 10 days now, and if we blink, he'll be right back on the field.
1-1 to Polanco. Twins in need of a 2-out hit. There's ball 2. Well, Paul Molitor said with Buxton's injury, the trainers thought it would be best to have him sit 4 or 5 days. Well, given the circumstances, it seemed prudent, they thought, to just go ahead and put him on the 10-day disabled list. You've got his replacement in center field already here, and granted, Twins want to see him on a daily basis out there. They did not call him up to play every other day. They want him in the lineup anyway.
Right.
And so it seemed to make all the sense in the world. Now 3-1 to Polanco with Castro on deck.
That groin is nothing to play with. So, I mean, if it was 4 to 5 days, you might as well just put him on there so he can get rid of it, because it can be aggravating for the rest of the year.
3-1 to Jorge Polanco, and the chopper to Altuve. Twins keeping him busy. Twins race Grossman's one-out double. It's still 1-0. The Houston lineup about ready to hit here in the second, but in reality, what difference does it make? Look at what they have gotten from the 9 spots in the batting order this year. At least 11 home runs from every spot in the batting order, and look at the batting averages. I mean, this is incredible. There's a reason why they are off the charts offensively.
Man, they're so talented, man. They're a fun team to watch, and you know, these guys, like I said, have grown. They've been beaten before, and they're tired of getting beat. Now they're doing the beat downs.
State Farm combination, pretty successful combination for A.J. Hinch. Now Correa, Beltran, and Gurriel will hit against Santana. Mentioned in the first inning, Correa's had some good swings against Santana. He's 5 for 7 with a home run against him. 1-0. And a strike.
Santana just split that plate really well. Threw a pitch, first pitch in, and slider away, mixing them up pretty good.
Taking low, 2-1. Astros have scored double digits in runs in 5 of their last 7 games, including the ball game last night when they scored 10. Off the plate, maybe a little bit too, and it's 3-1.
I had a chance to talk to Correa before batting practice, and I told him he was a really good player, and one thing he said is, "I'm still learning." Oh, that's scary.
Presumably, as Santana issues a leadoff walk, the more he learns, the better he'll get. And he's pretty good already. Now Carlos Beltran will hit with Correa at first. Join us Saturday, August 5th for the Women's Baseball Experience. Twins clinicians and members of the coaching staff will be providing instruction at Target Field. Participants will get the full experience of what it's like being a Major League Baseball player. That's without the per diem. To learn more and register today, visit twinsbaseball.com/women's clinic. That was one of the best things about being a Major League player, wasn't it? The per diem? Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You know, that was pretty good. But without the per diem. All right, then.
1-0 to Beltran. Santana got out of the first inning with a line drive double play. He'd like to get a conventional one here. And that misses. 2-0. 22 pitches for Irvin Santana, only 11 strikes. That was one of the issues Jose Barrios had last night. Very few first pitch strikes and a very low strike percentage.
It has to be the Astros because they don't chase.
High fly, right field. Kepler still in the outfield grass with the catch one away.
No win. He just missed that. It was a 2-0 pitch, so he knew he was going to get a fastball. He just kind of got under it a little bit.
We'll bring in Yuri Gurriel. Mentioned Santana had a good start against the Astros at Target Field. It was the opening game of the 3-game series. And the Twins had handed a 7-2 lead into the 8th inning over to the bullpen, and relieved perhaps that Santana was out of the ball game, the Astros proceeded to score 11 runs in the 8th inning.
That is amazing.
On the outside corner, a strike.
It's amazing because, you know, when we had to face like Messina or Roger Clemens, we were happy. It was refreshing to see the bullpen come in, and you know, guys are chomping at the bits to get to that bullpen because Roger Clemens was so good.
Driven hard to left field. the wall. The ball bounces away from Rosario. Rounding third, Correa is coming home. And the throw cut off by Mauer about 15 feet in front of home plate.
I don't know. If Mauer doesn't cut that ball, it might be a really close play at the plate.
Gurriel ties it with a double. 48th game in a row where the Astros have hit at least one double.
It's crazy. These guys are swinging the bats well. He got a pitch down and in. And he was able to drop the head on it and put a line drive off the top of the wall. Rosario kind of too close to the wall and it bounced off. And if Mauer didn't cut this ball, he might have a play at the plate.
And you can see Mauer and Castro kind of look at one another like,
wow.
I mean, that's a deep cutoff. Ordinarily, you know, the first baseman comes in and he'll cut the ball off somewhere around the mound. That was 15 feet in front of home plate.
I got him out. He was out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, the game is tied. Gurriel drives in the tying run, and now Marwin Gonzalez will bat with the go-ahead run at second and one out. Swing and a miss. All right, let's take a look at it.
Look at it and you can pause it. Boom, he would have been out. Look at Santana. Santana knew it. Right there. Boom, he's out. That's a good shot. Good chance that he's going to be out if he lets it go.
One strike to Gonzalez. Blocked by Castro, 1-1.
Santana throwing that cutter or slider, trying to keep the ball down. Give him a swing over the top of the ball. But Marwin is having a good season, a good year.
Hitting seventh with cleanup type numbers. Look at that. 314, 17 home runs, 55 runs batted in from a seventh place hitter.
Are you kidding me? Who's the kid hitting coach?
Tapped, foul, and it's 1-2.
This guy's hitting seventh, and he has 17 homers, 55 RBIs.
Dave Hudgens and Alonzo Powell are the hitting coach and the assistant hitting coach. And the manager is AT Hinch. They have a juggernaut here in Houston.
I talked to AJ Hinch before batting practice as well, and he said that these guys are fun to watch, and you know, not just that, they're a lot of fun in the clubhouse. They hang out with each other, you know, after games on the road, and they have a great bond.
Well, if you're winning more than 2/3 of your games, you'd better have fun.
Oh man, they're very much, you know, that winning cures anything.
Yeah.
In the clubhouse. If you have any kind of tension, usually because you're losing, but when you start winning, it cures anything. And so it's kind of contagious too. So you know, that winning atmosphere, that winning spirit actually gravitates to everybody. I always say, if you catch the flu, it impacts you in a major way, and you can't even see it. Chemistry, camaraderie, you can't see it, but it impacts a clubhouse in a major way. So you better believe it works.
2-2 to Gonzalez. Gurriel at second after his game tying double. Foul. Houston 10 games over 500 at home, 28-18. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
They win 3 out of 4 on the road. They're 33-11 on the road.
Dominating on the road.
Twins justifiably proud of their road record, 25-16. And here are the Astros, 33-11. Missing inside. That's a full count. They don't chase. They foul off 2 strike pitches. And the reason Santana was taken out after 7 innings at Target Field in late May, he had thrown 114 pitches. So they weren't going to push him through the 8th inning. They had a 5-run lead. They took him out. And almost as if it was a cue for the Astros, they started pouncing on the Twins bullpen. 3-2 to Gonzalez.
Just think
and
about
he takes a walk. Second walk of the inning.
Just think about, you know, if Santana was pitching so well at home against the Astros, and you take him out in the 7th inning, just think about the mindset of the players, the Houston Astros. They're like, man, they're relieved that he's out of the game. And you know how much confidence they get? These guys already can hit. They already can play the game the right way. Now you take Santana out and you go to the bullpen. They're very excited about that. I've been there before.
Here's Gaddis. It was the only time I can think of this year where there seemed to be a hangover after a loss. Twins had their ace on the mound, a 7-2 lead going into the 8th inning. The Astros erupted, and it seemed like it carried over to the next couple of ball games. Houston really, maybe not so much from the Twins side, but the confidence just, you know, mushroomed for the Astros in games 2 and 3 of that series.
Well, let's just hope that the past is the past and they have amnesia and they don't remember that.
There's a strike on the outside corner.
Evan Gaddis, his approach at the plate, the way he looked at the plate, he looked like he's saying in his mind, I must break you.
No batting gloves.
He looks like a Viking at the plate.
Saw the numbers. The Twins starting pitching hasn't been particularly good. Well, it's been bad, in fact, with an ERA of just under 6. But the bullpen has just had a terrible time. You know, Castro and Santana chat about it. Look at that. 5.95 ERA for the Twins starters in the 4 prior starts. Barrios only went an inning and 2/3 last night. But look what happens. And that number is down from last night at this time. The Twins bullpen actually kept the game within reach.
Yeah, they did a great job
in last night's game.
They did a great job yesterday, man.
After Phil Hughes had some difficulty.
He gave up 2 runs, I think 2 home runs, and
2-1 to Gaddis. Tap foul 2-2.
Keep the bullpen out of it.
Gaddis 1 for 7 with 4 strikeouts against Irvin Santana. No batting gloves.
Look at that, man. You know what? I look like he's married. I'm pretty sure he can't really touch his wife around the shoulders. His hands are hard.
2-2.
He can't touch anything tenderly.
And another chat between Castro and Santana. It's again all subtle little signs of how much respect the Twins certainly have for this Astro lineup. You look at Santana, he's up to 36 pitches already. He's retired 3 batters. This has been an uphill climb for the Twins and one of the league's best pitchers into a headwind. 2-2. And there's a big strikeout. Foul tip, and Castro hangs on 2 down.
The guy swings hard, really big swing. Santana able to throw the fastball by him. He swings really hard. And look at this pitch, it's middle in. He kept it down and got it swung out of his shoes. That guy is a big guy. He's scary. I don't want to pitch when he's there.
Saw Fox Tracks presented by Jeep. That was not a 2-strike approach, was it? He wanted to hit the ball just as hard on strike 3 as he tried to do in strike 1.
Man, a guy like that big, I want you to be afraid, very afraid. He doesn't need a 2-strike approach. It's all or nothing. You got to have a guy on the team like that, at least one.
As in baseball, we've seen 7 or 8 guys who have that approach with 2 strikes. They don't care anymore about striking out.
No, the strikeouts, they're up in the game, right?
Yes,
big time.
Considerably.
They don't care about striking out anymore.
Bregman, the batter. Checked his swing, took a strike.
I think he's going to get a steady diet of sliders, middle away, down and away. It's like I said yesterday, he loves to pitch middle in. Fastball's in. His arms are short, his bat is short, and his swing is short. Steady diet.
Breaking ball out of the dirt, scooped up by Castro, 1-1. And this will be the 40th pitch of the ball game for Santana.
Bregman get a fastball in, it's going to be so far in to move his feet. and maybe jam himself. But I think they're going to stay away, fastballs away and sliders away.
It's deep to the right field corner with some slice on it. Just a long strike, 1-2.
He's making adjustments.
Bregman with 8 home runs, but 3 of them came against the Twins at Target Field in May.
Santana might come with a fastball inside, but finish him with a slider away.
Foul back.
There you go.
Still 1-2.
Now you come back with this slider middle away, down and away, and see if he will swing and wave at it. I sat behind this guy for 3 or 4 years, 5 years, and played behind him in center field and right field. Seen him pitch some great games. There it is.
Another pitch dug out of the dirt by Castro, and it's 2-2.
I'm like the second catcher. When I played center field, I kind of knew what the guys are going to do. So I set, when I knew like Brad Rackey and all these guys are on the mound, Eric Milton, I was behind them so much that I kind of played according to the pitch count because I knew what they're going to throw after being behind them for so many years. And I've been around, behind Santana for 3 or 4 years, and it's amazing I see what he's going to do.
Another 3-ball count. Torrey, this is the 9th place hitter, and he hasn't chased anything out of the strike zone. Look how close this pitch is. And he's their 9th place hitter. How do you not, with 2 strikes, chase that?
I know. I mean, he has 22 doubles. So you can't just give him something, give him a cookie. You still have to stick with your plan and throw a slider away.
Runners go, ball 4. 3rd walk of the inning for Irvin Santana. Now he's got to go back to the top of the order, and George Springer with the bases loaded.
That was a great at-bat by Bregman. And Santana pitched him pretty tough, and he laid off some really dirty pitches. And
Springer singled to left, stole second, was doubled off second base on Reddick's line drive. This will be the 30th pitch of this inning. And Santana has to face 7 batters at least here in the second.
Springer's looking for a pitch up and shooting it to right center.
Popped him up.
That's what I tell you.
Dozier in the outfield.
Just missed it.
With the catch. The Astros tie it up, leave the bases full, and we head to the 3rd, 1 apiece. Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by Northland Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. By Grand Casino, the best stories start here. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. 1 apiece heading to the 3rd inning. Jason Castro will lead things off for the Twins. Then Brian Dozier and Zach Granite. Twins have a couple of extra base hits. Dozier's home run, Grossman's double, and Castro takes ball 1. Castro with 3 strikeouts last night. Swing and a miss.
You think that has something to do with he lives here, he played here, try to do too much?
I think it's just a case that's kind of who Jason Castro is, right? I mean, he's always been kind of a high strikeout guy, even when he was playing for the Houston Astros. On the outside corner, 1 and 2.
That first 2 weeks of the season, he was really banging, and he was shooting the ball to left center, left field.
Yep.
And he kind of got away from it and started pulling. And I don't know if that's who he is. I think somehow his mindset shifted.
Had an all-star year for the Astros, and granted the team back then wasn't very good. In 2013 they lost over 100 ball games, but he hit 276, 435 at bats, and he struck out 130 times. So even in his best year, he's striking out more than once every 4 times.
For some reason, I just think this guy catches a lot. He's a really good catcher. I think he loses his legs sometimes.
Yeah.
And it might be fatigued a little bit.
Second strikeout for Musgrove, 1 away in the 3rd, and that'll bring up Brian Dozier. Last night, Dozier hit the second pitch of the game for a home run to left that went 375 feet. Tonight, he hit the first pitch, 374 feet. Brian ended up driving in 4 runs in the game last night. In addition to the home run, he had a bases clearing double.
Yep.
You had Jock Jones hitting leadoff on some of your better Twins teams, and he had 21 leadoff or 20 leadoff home runs. And now Dozier's done it 22 times.
It's amazing because we called Jock Jones 1-0. You know,
yeah.
You know, his 7:05 start, 7:07, it was 1-0. And now Dozier have taken over that name, so I call him 1-0.
Well, Jock Jones did it 20 times, never more famously than the one in Kansas City that started the 2002 season.
That was beautiful, man. Like I said, it was opening day, 7:07, 1-0.
Dozier retired on a ground ball, 2 down.
Contract this, Bud Silly.
Zach Granite will bat with 2 gone in the 3rd.
Can't believe he tried to contract us. You kidding me?
Well, Twins fans will remember this. One of the better days back then that had happened to the Twins in a long time. The word coming out, what, on a Tuesday that you and Doug Minkiewicz had won Gold Glove awards.
Yep.
And then the next day, the news that the Twins might be contracted.
And we were going to be dispersed to different teams. So we kind of got together in spring training and said, hey, let's give them something, you know, one last push, and we played well.
Granite checks his swing and takes ball 1. With Byron Buxton being on the disabled list, the door's open for Granite to be in center field for the next week to 10 days. And it has not been lost on him that he'll be the starting center fielder when the Twins come home and open up a series against his New York Yankees. Staten Island native, and the Yankees were his team growing up. Every boy had a favorite team, and for Granite it was the New York Yankees, and he will be experiencing quite a thrill playing in center field against the Yankees starting Monday night at Target Field.
Can you imagine the energy he's going to have? That's a nice swing.
The ball came up on Correa, almost rolled out of his glove, and it's a 1-2-3 third for Joe Musgrove. With the score to 3rd inning, and today's cold hard fact brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Just another way of showing you how balanced this Houston team is. We did it by position in the batting order. Look, 8 guys, 8 different Astros in double digits with home runs. And Bregman has 8, Gaddis has 8, and Reddick has 9, and they'll join the 10 home run club very shortly, one would think. Altuve taps it foul, 1 strike.
I mean, if you look at all those teams that are at the top, and I'm telling you that those stadiums are small. The ball flies. Right. You know, you can hit a lot of home runs in there. You know, the Astros, the Yankees, Baltimore, Texas. They're all home run parks. They're good places to hit. So,
1-1 to Altuve.
So I'm pretty sure it's inflated a little bit because of the ballpark you play in. Try that in Seattle.
Driven deep to right center field. Gone. Wow. As you said, we watched Altuve do it in batting practice routinely. And he puts the Astros up 2-1.
Wow. Yeah. That pitch just kind of hovered over the plate with the hit me sign on it. Here's the pitch right here, and it's kind of out over. Yeah, it was up and down the middle. Altuve took his batting practice swing into the game.
Well, you could see Castro moved his glove about a foot. They wanted it inside, in off the plate. And Santana put it down the middle. And the Astros have the lead. Now strike one to Reddick. Had a good at bat against Santana. Hit a blistering line drive to the glove of Mauer, who turned it into a double play, 1-1.
Wow, that's amazing. It's amazing that he worked on that in batting practice. I saw him do that the whole batting practice, and he brought that into the game. I've actually done some things in batting practice.
Sano gets the second hop over to Mauer, one away.
I've worked on my swing in batting practice a lot. You know, and David Ortiz once told me, he said T-Nuts. That's what he called me, T-Nuts. Hey, in BP, you're Reggie Jackson. In the game, you become Michael Jackson. So funny. And this guy took his Reggie Jackson swing and brought the Reggie Jackson swing in the game. Altuve can hit.
And now Carlos Correa. Santana issued a leadoff walk in the second, and Correa came around to score on Gurriel's double. 1-0.
Santana is pitching Correa really tough in, very hard, and then he's breaking them off with sliders away.
Pitching back for 93, gets a swing and a miss, 1-1. Again, a measure of how good this Houston lineup is. Here's Santana, who a little over a month ago had a 9-inning shutout, 4 hits on 91 pitches, and he's already up to 54 now, with 1 out in the third against this Houston team.
Like you said earlier, man, this Houston Astros lineup, man, they just wear you down. They don't care who you are. You just get worn down to get to that bullpen.
Flip foul, and it'll reach the seats. 1-2. 2-2, excuse me. Correa, as we said, has had quite a bit of success already against Irvin Santana. 5 for 7 with a home run and the costly leadoff walk in the second.
You know, even count 2-2. You know, Pudge be behind the plate, and if he has a bad game, he'll bring it out on the field, and 2-2 even counts. He will always throw off speed. So we knew that.
I think that was the pitch he wanted to throw to Altuve, up and in with a fastball.
He's been pitching Correa hard in. His first at bat and his second at bat. There it is again. He doesn't want him to get extended.
And another hard foul.
How did he hit that?
It was in off the plate, letter high, wasn't it?
Oh man,
he hit it hard.
That was a ball like 4 inches. Look, how did he get the bat head there? That's a good hitter.
And then the breaking ball strikes him out.
Oh, he was cheating. That's why. Okay.
So 2 down, and Beltran will bat.
It's amazing, man. He set him up. He threw a pitch far in, and he was able to get to it. That let Santana know that I can just throw him a slider right here, because he's really cheating to get to that ball. There's no way you get to that ball unless you're cheating.
Beltran takes a belt high strike. Beltran with a fly near the warning track. Kepler was able to catch it on the outfield grass. And Sano will chase this, but it's back in the seats, 0-2.
Carlos Beltran's younger days, man, wasn't he exciting to watch?
Could do everything. Could run,
steal bases, go first and third, threw guys out, played good defense, great at bats, clutch hitter. Hall of Famer?
Well, I was just going to bring that up because I think he's gotten more credibility in that regard in recent years. High fly to right field. Kepler back. This one making it to the warning track, but in the ballpark. Altuve hit it over the bullpen to put the Astros up 2-1.
I had a chance to visit with him earlier today about meeting Torrey Hunter for the first time.
Man, I was probably eight years old, and you know, just to go see a baseball game was special to me, and I got to see him play a lot, and you know, I liked the way he played. I liked, you know, how he played, the stuff he did out there, and it's just kind of gravitated towards that.
He went on to say he loved Torrey's effort on the field, but really enjoyed watching the way Torrey interacted with his teammates, the way Torrey always had fun in the lines, in the clubhouse, wherever he was. He's been your hero forever, and look at this kid now, Torrey.
Oh, man, that's pretty awesome, man. An 8-year-old kid I would play catch with in the stands.
This is at New Britain, right?
In New Britain, Connecticut. I was maybe 21 years old, 21 years old, and man, and 13 years went by, and this guy comes up to me and says, hey, you know, I want you to meet this guy named George Springer. He said he loves you, and he told me the story, and I played catch with him. I remember that, and I couldn't believe I'm sitting next to a guy who's 6'4", and one of the best. Now he's one of the best players in the game. So it's pretty cool, man. You never know who you impact. That's why you carry yourself the right way.
Mauer with a liner to right, and that'll die in front of Reddick, so Joe gets a base hit to start the 4th inning. That'll bring up Miguel Sano.
And it's amazing, you know, we have now, you know, the last 4 years we have a really good friendship, and he calls me whenever he needs something, and you know, I'm always that guy who tries to give it back. I had a lot of failures in my career. I made some adjustments. It's time to give it back to these guys.
He's going to get some MVP consideration if this season continues as it has for the Astros, but one of the problems is going to be where, you know, you're going to get a heavy Astro vote, and it's going to be split so many different ways. Nobody from Houston might win the award. Fouled away. Of course, Aaron Judge is off to a great year. His rookie of the season, season is going to likely end up in a Rookie of the Year season. But where that would put him in the MVP voting, I don't know. But who would you pick from this Houston team? Springer, Altuve, Correa?
I have no idea, because all those guys are very impactful to the team.
Yeah. Up and into Sano, 1-1.
You almost got to, you know, I know they do have a most outstanding player, right? And then your MVP, I think it should be somebody that wins.
I do too. I'm glad to hear you say that, because I've always felt that way.
Most valuable players should be somebody that wins. And most outstanding player should be a player that you love, probably didn't win.
Hard ground ball, and it's into left field. The Twins start the inning with a pair of singles.
MVP is always associated to winning.
And now Max Kepler with 2 on and nobody out. Mentioned Musgrove's given up a lot of runs in his 4 prior starts. He only lasted 19 2/3 innings and gave up 20 earned runs. He's got a 2-1 lead, but now the Twins have a threat here in the 4th.
Here come the Twins.
Kepler with a ground ball to Altuve, his first time up.
Kepler likes the fastball middle in. I don't think he really likes that off speed away.
Strike on the outside corner.
It's all speed away. But if he makes any kind of mistake, Kepler's going to make him pay.
Usually the mistakes to Max are knee-high fastballs over the inside corner. Those tend to get hit a long way.
Yeah, he can drop some head.
Chop toward first.
No double play.
They get the runner at second, but Kepler beats the relay and reaches on a fielder's choice. Mauer, the tying run, now up to 3rd. Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with Homes for Our Troops, building mortgage-free, specially adapted homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans. Learn more about how Homes for Our Troops is rebuilding lives and visit foxsportsupports.com. Big at bat here for Robbie Grossman. Twins would like to get this game tied up at least here in the 4th inning. Grossman drove a double to the left center field alley his first time up. Astros playing back in the infield looking for a double play grounder.
Very important, you know, less than 2 outs, man on third. Get that ball in that outfield.
And a breaking ball over the inside corner.
I mean, it's easy saying it up here in the booth. When you're down there trying to do it, it's pretty tough. Because that guy on the mound, he has 2 nostrils, and he might drive a Mercedes as well. I'm not saying Grossman has a Mercedes.
1 strike. I'm guessing Robbie's got a pickup truck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has a dually.
Out in front, 0-2. Now Grossman, who does as good a job of anybody in toning down his swing within an at bat, trying to hit the ball hard someplace and get the tying run in. He hasn't homered since June 2nd in Anaheim.
There's a big hole over there between shortstop and third base. Be nice.
That's a wasted pitch in my mind to Robbie Grossman. He doesn't chase. He doesn't swing out of the zone at all.
Yeah, that's a waste pitch. 0-2, you want to waste. It's like a rule. There used to be fines in Major League Baseball if you gave up a 0-2 pitch amongst the bullpen. You know, Eddie and those guys used to do that all the time.
Check, you see. Strike 3.
Yeah.
Robbie didn't think so. Talked with John Tumpane, but it was the third base umpire Lance Barksdale that rang him up.
Looks like he came around a little bit.
Oh, that was a check to me.
Yeah. Close.
2 down, and now Rosario. Rosario with a 2-hopper to Altuve.
Rosario
started the inning with a pair of singles, but now first and third, 2 down.
Rosario has a good chance of hitting that ball in left field over that left field wall. Hits a lot of fly balls to left field. Let's get him to make a mistake.
Need a 2-out hit here. Be a big pick-me-up here in the 4th inning. It's behind Jeff Smith.
Got him out front a little bit on the off speed. He throws his fastball. It's definitely going to left field. It's amazing that when you're hitting, just look out in the field and it kind of tells you what the pitcher is trying to do to you. Look at the center fielder. He's playing a little bit to the left side. So you know they're either going to try to pitch you in or hard away. Soft in and hard away.
They call it move to third and Mauer gets back. You can't bluff that anymore. So if you start motioning in that direction, you've got to complete the throw.
Yep. That third to first move is over with.
Joe got back handling, but see where that'd be a nice play to work on. And Rosario swings upstairs, 0-2.
This is what we got to get better at. 2-strike hits or just 2-strike making contact.
Grossman struck out on a check swing. And Musgrove gets ahead of Rosario quickly, 0-2. Line foul.
That's what I'm talking about.
He hit that right out of Gaddis's mitt.
Yeah, he did. I think he wastes his pitch right here and slide in the dirt.
by Gaddis. No way Gaddis was going to let that pitch get to the backstop.
That would have been a run scored.
1-2. Musgrove's been much better here at Minute Maid Park than he's been on the road. Trying to pitch around a situation here in the fourth. Twins opening the inning with a pair of singles. And Rosario lays off the high fastball this time to even the count 2-2.
Rosario chases a lot of pitches. He's a kind of a free swinger, so they don't have to really throw a strike, anything down the middle. They just pitch around and nibble until they have to. I think they waste one more pitch.
And now breaking ball down and in. And Musgrove strands the two batters aboard, and it's still 2-1. We'll get us caught up with the Astros leading 2-1.
Dozier got that first pitch home run. His 22nd career leadoff home run, passing Jock Jones. Yuli hits a big double right there and the score run. You know, if Mao didn't cut that off, I think he would have been out, but tied the game up. And then Altuve working on his swing in batting practice, and next thing you know, he brings it onto the field in the game and hits that ball oppo like he was a strong man.
It'll be Yuli Gurriel leading things off. And the first pitch roped right past the umpire. And the Astros get their leadoff man on again. It's the fourth inning in a row where Santana's been unable to retire the leadoff batter. Gurriel tied the game with a double in the second. Now he gets a leadoff hit.
I'm starting to realize that this dude can hit.
Yeah.
Gurriel can really hit. He's hit some balls hard in this series.
Now Marwin Gonzalez, who drew the second of 3 walks issued by Santana in the second inning. And Sano comes in to have a little chat with Santana.
This guy, you know, he got a fastball right down the middle, kind of up. And he, look at the sound. Listen, you can't make that sound unless you hit the ball.
Here is Gonzalez. Down and in, blocked by Castro. You know, we've seen it so many times here tonight. Santana doesn't appear sharp at all. Just watching Castro's glove move around from where the target is to where the pitch is headed. And there was another case with Gurriel's single where the ball was delivered about a foot from where the target was.
It's I mean, if you look at most of the teams outside of the Astros, you know, Santana is a guy who everybody swing and miss on his slider. These guys are taking it and not really missing.
1-1.
So you gotta commend the Astros on working the count and making him get his pitch count up.
Throw it first.
I don't think Yuli will steal, but you just never know. These guys are having so much fun. Anybody probably can steal in this ball club.
Springer stole second in the first inning.
Is he a base threat? Base still in threat?
Gurriel on the year. 1 steal and 3 tries.
Nah.
To right field. And a base hit. So now the Astros start their 4th inning with a pair of singles. And we'll see if Santana can pitch around it like Musgrove did. Let's go find Kevin Gord.
Yeah, Dick, it's time for our showstopper in baseball. Great rivalry, great ballpark. Yankees and Red Sox, all Chris Sale throughout most of this ball game. Amazing performance. 7 2/3 of shutout baseball, 13 strikeouts. But in the end, a rare blown save by Craig Kimbrell. He of the 1.38 ERA gives up a home run to Matt Holliday in the ninth. We're 1-1. Red Sox coming to bat in the 12th at Fenway.
Of course, the Red Sox walked off the Yankees last night when Aroldis Chapman walked in the winning run. Evan Gattis struck out. First time he faced Irvin Santana. Out in front of the changeup, strike one.
Really need this strikeout right here.
Gattis 1 for 8 with 5 strikeouts now against Santana.
He needs the 6th one.
There's strike 2. The changeup and the slider.
I think you throw another one. Well, you got to waste the pitch, but he really likes the fastball. I've seen him hit some pitches right above his eyes and hit it out the park. So I don't know. You just maybe waste a pitch, fastball up.
Okay. He took that breaking ball. 1-2. Gattis kind of has that Jim Thome thing where he holds the bat out, points it out towards center field, and waits till the pitcher starts to go into his stretch or windup.
Right. You know what they're saying? I must break you.
1-2. Tap. Off the end of the mound. It'll be just one play, and Polanco makes it. And the Twins get an out, but both runners move up. Santana lunged for it, but couldn't field it. And then it hit the side of the mound and kicked slowly toward Polanco. Gurriel to third, Gonzalez to second.
You know, I guess he stayed on the slider just to make contact and make something happen. Sometimes you can. He did a good job of getting the guys over, and now you got runners in scoring position.
That's what you call a productive out.
It's a very productive out.
2 strikes, you put it in play, something good happened, and now the Twins have to bring the infield in for Bregman. Off the plate, ball 1. Bregman ended up drawing a walk to load the bases with 2 outs in the second. Then on the very next pitch, Springer popped up to Dozier, and the Astros left the bases full.
Bregman is going to have to go to right field because Santana is not going to play with him middle in.
Spilled by Sano.
Nice play.
A bullet headed for the left field corner, but Sano timed his leap perfectly.
He hit the ball hard, man. And then Sano, man, great athlete for a big guy. And look at this ball was stalled it. Sano got up there. Great reaction for a third baseman.
We talked last night about the advantage of having somebody 6'5" at first base. Sometimes it helps having a 6'4" third baseman too. He needed every inch.
For a big guy, he's a beast. He played football what position?
Tight end.
Defensive end.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Can you imagine you're a quarterback and this guy's coming after you?
Second and third, 2 down. Springer missing the outside corner. Santana falls behind again. 1-0. 10 first pitch strikes for Santana in 19 plate appearances. That's not the Irvin Santana we usually see. 2-1. Hitting over 300 in situations like this. And you wonder why they're on a pace to score, what, 860 runs.
That's crazy. The AL average is 237. That's crazy.
2-0 to George Springer. First base is open, but Altuve is on deck.
Do I want the magic wand or a guy who swings hard and misses a lot?
With most lineups, you've got the luxury at some point in the lineup to pitch somebody tentatively to face the next guy. There is no such spot in this Houston lineup.
This is like a two-headed monster. Do you go after Springer? He's swinging 3-0, by the way.
Springer is a leadoff man now. 27 times he's homered, but 62 runs batted in out of the leadoff spot, which tells you the likes of Gonzalez, Gaddis, Bregman have been on base a lot.
That bottom of the order all year has been on base. And that's why he has 62 RBIs in the leadoff spot.
3-0 to George Springer. And a fastball on the outside corner, a strike.
Two strikes. I mean, 1 strike, 2 outs. He's trying to really stay on the ball, get a pitch up, and hit it to right center. That's his approach.
Breaking ball misses. They're loaded up. Astros got one and left them full in the second. And now Santana gets to face Altuve with the bases loaded and 2 down. 4th walk issued by Santana in the ball game.
This guy's hitting .350 in the major leagues.
Right-handed batter homered over the bullpen in right center field his last time up to put the Astros up 2-1. Half swing but a strike.
You almost have to stay there. They see that he's hit 2 balls to right field. You have to stay inside on him.
But we saw on the pitch that was hit for a home run, the target was up and in, and Santana threw it down the middle. On this first pitch of this at bat, they didn't make that same mistake.
Got to stay tight on him.
Down low, 1-1.
He can hit that pitch too. That's a magic wand. Stay tight. Don't let him get extension.
Look at this. He's hit .425 against the Twins. Sano cuts it off and fires to Mauer. Second inning tonight where the Astros have left the bases full. It's still a 2-1 ball game. Astros in front 2-1. Twins fans hoping the Twins can beat the Astros in the 5th game of the season series. Our Mountain Dew fans of the game with Kevin Gord, Torrey Hunter, and Dick Bramer bringing you the 5th of 6 games between these two teams. Or should I call you Dr. Torrey Hunter? I owe you a big public thank you.
Oh, well, you know, whenever you need me, I am a doctor.
Well, and I will treat you as such. Long story short, I've been kind of miserable for the last 5-6 weeks with some back problems and some pain running down the back of my right leg, and I explained that to you yesterday, and you came up with a remedy.
Yeah, man. Oh, nice bunt. That is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Polanco dropping a beautiful bunt up the third baseline for a leadoff hit here in the 5th.
It's a great way to start this inning. But yeah, you know, when I was traveling with the Angels, I never traveled that far from Anaheim all the way to Tampa Bay. It's like 5.5 hours. It's a nice bunt by Polanco.
You can see they had the infield shift on, only one infielder on that side. That was going to be a base hit regardless of where they were playing it.
You suggested that the other day that he bunts and they have the shift on him like that. But you know, just flying back, and you know, I had my wallet in my back pocket 5 hours, and I sat on this wallet literally, and I, you know, when I got off the plane, I felt a little tweak in my back, and I went to the trainers the next day, and I said, hey man, I can't move my left leg. And he said, did you sit on your wallet on the plane? I was like, yeah. He said, that's why it's like his sciatic nerve. So
So you told me yesterday, you have your wallet in your back right pocket, which I have for my entire adult life, and you suggested I switch it. And let's understand one thing. You and I have known each other for 20 years, and for as long as we've known each other, your wallet has been a lot thicker than mine. Okay, so we know that. But I moved my wallet to my back left pocket, and now my right leg is fine.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it takes pressure. People put phones in their back pocket,
Yes.
put their wallet in their back
Yes.
pocket, and they sit for long periods of time. And all it does is just presses on that nerve, and next thing you know, you have lower back pain.
I owe you a debt of I can't tell. I feel like I went to a faith healer.
Hey, you know I'm a doctor, seriously, right?
No.
No, I got my doctors from University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. They gave me a doctor's of laws.
What'd you do to earn that?
You got to donate a lot of money. I donated a lot of money.
Okay.
And it took him 7 years. I said, what?
All right, Dr. Torii Hunter. Very nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I have it on the wall in my
Okay.
office. I'm a doctor. My name is Doctor.
2-1 to Jason Castro. No ball, 3-1. The Twins trying to get some Astro-like production from their 8th and 9th spots in the batting order.
What kind of wallet do you have?
It's just a normal leather wallet, you know.
George Costanza?
I put it over on the other side, and I'm fine now. Thank you. Castro takes a walk. So Polanco with a bunt single, Castro drawing a walk, and Dozier comes up with 2 men aboard.
That's good. That's a good way to start this inning off. And these guys are a little more patient. They've seen him, 2 times already. And now they're starting to make the adjustment of how his pitches are moving, his velocity, his cutter, changeup, slider. They've seen it. So they're trying to make the adjustment. That's what hitters do over time.
Dozier teed off on the first pitch of the ball game, hit a home run. Maybe he's getting into one of those grooves we saw in the second half last year, where if a pitcher makes a mistake up and in, Dozier will pounce on it. Twins need a big hit here. Up and in, off the plate, ball 1. Musgrove usually doesn't let control issues impact him. He just gives up a lot of hits and runs. But a costly walk, or at least the Twins would like to think so, to Castro. And the Twins again here in the 5th inning at first and second, nobody out. Strike over the inside corner.
That was a mistake pitch. He wanted it away. He actually left it out of a play. If Dozier was ready to hit right there, I think he was in take mode all the way. But if he was ready to hit, he would have put that in the seats. I like to see it hit it down that right field line right there. You see that? He will run for days. Castro will score from first.
Crack to left, a base hit. Polanco will be held at third, and they're loaded up with nobody out. And Zach Granite will hit in a big spot here in the 5th inning. Good start to the inning by the Twins with 2 hits and a walk.
I could kind of almost tell you what he's thinking right now. He's like, all right, I got the bases loaded. I'm in the major leagues. Now I can show the people what I can do. All he has to do is try to calm himself down. And remember, it's the same as AAA, just the stadium is a lot bigger. There's a lot more fans, and the camera is all on. It's just like 5 million people watching you. That's all.
Brent Strom to the mound. You can see in a way how a properly executed bunt can open up an inning for you.
That's beautiful. I mean, if they're starting to shift on him like that, he should do that a lot more, and his average will go up. I mean, that shift, obviously his averages went down because of the shift. They're playing him a certain way, but he has to make them shift back somehow. You have to make the adjustment, and that's what you have to do in the major leagues all the time. Beat the advanced scout.
1 for 10 as a big leaguer. A bloop double just out of the reach of Altuve last night. And Granite would take one exactly like that here.
Get a pitch up, throw it in the outfield. Good to go.
Towards Altuve. 1 and 2. The tying run scores, but Granite in an RBI spot won't get one. Hitting a 2-hopper to Altuve. Coming in from third, Polanco makes it a 2-2 game.
He kept that pitch down and created a ground ball right there. And here's the pitch. It was down. Yeah, he has to get that pitch up. And you hit that ball to Altuve. Look how quick he got rid of that ball. You're talking about a guy running down the line. He's fast. And that was a really, really good, quickly turned double play.
Twins have really struggled with men in scoring position. The fact is, as short as Barrios' start was last night, Twins had opportunities to come back and win that game. But they didn't hit with men in scoring position, and now have nothing in the opportunities they've had here. That was a big spot for Granite. And now Mauer will hope to put the Twins in front with a 2-out hit.
Obviously, if you don't hit with runners in scoring position, you might not win.
1 strike. 2 strikes. Twins 0 for 6 rather with runners in scoring position tonight. And 1 for 7 because Dozier singled to fill the bases. 2 strikes to Mauer. Fouled back.
Mauer, it's kind of good to have him back in this position right now. It's 2 outs, man on third, 2 strikes. He's been in this position his whole career many times. This is a guy we wanted to play anyway.
Just off the plate. That didn't miss by much. Musgrove was headed toward the dugout. He thought he had the outside corner.
If Joe didn't swing, it wasn't a strike. See?
Just outside. 1 and 2. Foul tip. Gaddis hangs on. And the Twins load the bases with nobody out. They only get 1 to tie the game at 2. Piece going to the bottom of the 5th, and fans, don't forget at Twins home games you can bring your Circle Me signs, and if you get circled you might find yourself in the Minnesota Lottery winner's circle where you could win $100 worth of scratch-off lottery tickets courtesy of the Minnesota Lottery. That's some transplanted Minnesotans who live down here in the Houston area. Just because they live in Texas doesn't mean they can't still be Twins fans.
True.
Big inning for Irvin Santana. The Twins had a great opportunity to give him the lead and didn't, but they did tie the game up, and now he needs to put up another 0. You can make a case for the fact that both teams should probably have more than 2 runs. Astros got a run in the 2nd, but left the bases full. Got another run in the 3rd, and then Santana stranded 3 runners again in the 4th. 1 strike to Josh Reddick. 1 and 1. And we should mention, too, since the Twins were stymied in that top of the 5th inning, loading the bases, nobody out, getting just the 1 run. We've talked so much about the Astros lineup, how productive that lineup has been. They can pitch a little bit, too. There are 6 teams in baseball whose team ERA begins with a 3, and the Astros are one of those 6 teams.
Well, that's one of the reasons why they're winning. You got Dallas Keuchel. I think he's hurt right now, and
going on a rehab assignment this week. Fly ball right center field. Granite chasing it, calling off Kepler to make the catch on the warning track. 1 away.
Just missed that one. Kind of
1 down in the 5th. You can follow Twins baseball live with the MLB.com at-bat mobile app. Stay connected to the game's best players all season long with Game Day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat today, your #1 app for live baseball. There's Keuchel. He's going out on a rehab assignment. He's had some neck issues. Twice put on the disabled list because of some neck issues.
He's a Razorback.
Okay.
Yeah. My family's Razorbacks, man. Even though Torrey Jr. went to Notre Dame, but we're all Razorbacks.
Okay.
I'm excited.
1 strike to Correa. 2 strikes. Correa walked leading off the second, scored the tying run. And then Santana struck him out swinging in the third.
He's been pitching Correa in, and he has Correa thinking inside pitch, and he just finishes him with that slider.
And he took it like he knew it was coming.
Yeah. Hitters make adjustments. Some.
You know, we were talking before the game. You started your major league career in an era where video was hardly used. And by the time you retired after the season a couple years ago, it became so prevalent, and it's getting more and more use. The story I tell was in Baltimore, in the clubhouse, in the visiting clubhouse in Baltimore. There were 14 laptops out looking at video. Top toward third. And Sano has it over to Mauer, 2 down. And you were talking about how teams, individuals, players, you did it toward the end of your career. You would look at video and you would pick up pitches. You would look at video of that starting pitcher that night and figure him out before the game's first pitch.
Yeah, I mean, I used the video. When we got the video, I started looking at it, and I can look at the guy's glove and see if the glove is high on certain pitches, low on certain pitches. I can see how his pitches are moving, you know, whether it's breaking 12 to 6. You try to hit it at 3 o'clock, but it can break 12 to 6. You just don't want to hit it at 6.
Right.
And see how many inches his two-seamer, his cutter's moving. You know, that once we got video, man, I was a better player. And I think that's why, you know, these guys are more prepared now. When I was younger, all you have to do is read. You can read, but you really don't know how much his curveball is breaking or how much the two-seamer is moving. And today's game, these guys are watching video, and they can see everything before they go up to the plate.
1-1 to Carlos Beltran. Bauer with a nice pickup to his right. Santana on the bag. And Irvin Santana has a much-needed 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th.
Two through 5. Home plate umpire tonight is John Tumpane. And John Tumpane got a lot of fame for something he did, and it was quite a story. We talked about it on the last road trip in Pittsburgh, saving a woman from jumping off the Roberto Clemente Bridge near the stadium. And I talked to him today about an hour before first pitch about what this last couple weeks has been like. He said he's been able to circle back a couple times with the family. It sounds like she's on the road to recovery. That process has started and it's going well. He remembers that day getting back to the ballpark to work that night. His arms were still shaking, and he also remembered, guys, he was the home plate umpire like he is tonight that game, and then looking out in between innings, out over the outfield, seeing that bridge and having those memories. He said he'll never forget it. It was an unbelievable day, and he's so happy that he was able to contribute. He never thought it would be the story that it is, and he's 34 years old, and what a nice guy. What a class act to meet him today.
Well, thank you, Kevin. It really was a remarkable story, and within the course of a baseball season, you're going to have good, great stories. This is one of the best that's ever come across publicly in the years I've been doing this. Woman in somewhat emotionally unstable, in desperate shape, and he just happened to come across her, and it was a long discussion that he had with her, and he stayed with the woman. So no swings and misses. It's 2-2. So great deal of respect earned by John Tumpane.
I have a lot of respect for him. I read the story, and just the words of comfort he gave her to kind of bring her back in, you know, and she was down emotionally, and he brought her back, you know, and I kind of respect a guy like that. And, you know, I don't get along with a lot of umpires, but that guy right there, John Tumpane, I got much respect for him.
Full count to Sano starting the 6th inning. Kepler on deck. Big pop-up. A foul ball and out of play. Sano's had kind of a quiet start to the second half, but he did get a single in the fourth inning. A hot ground ball through the left side of the infield.
He'll come out of it. It's just kind of like all the excitement from the All-Star game, and he's trying to bring it down a notch. And he's got to make a little bit of adjustment. I've been to 5 All-Star games and I've seen it.
Full count. That is a foul ball. Musgrove might have gotten away with one there.
Three-two count. I don't know if he gets a fastball, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get a slider. Hang it, though. Oh, he almost did.
Threw the same pitch in back-to-back sequence there. And Sano tapped the first one, and he smothered the second one. Hit it hard.
And look at this pitch. Made a mistake. He wanted it away and left it. You know, that backup slider, the one that doesn't break, sometimes is the most dangerous pitch for us hitters.
Ball 4. Sano will take a walk. Third inning in a row where the Twins have gotten their leadoff man on. And Kepler comes to the plate, but first, Sunday, July 23rd, the Twins' wives are collecting new or slightly used books. Inside of gate 34, the first 100 fans to donate a book will receive a $6 food concessions coupon. Jason Castro and his wife Maris will match every book received with a donation of their own. You can learn more at twinsbaseball.com. Great campaign put together by the Twins' wives. Here is Kepler, who's hit 2 ground balls, reaching on a fielder's choice on the second one. Strike one. Pulled foul. You know, we see it from time to time. Playing one hitter to pull the ball in the infield and to hit it the other way in the outfield, and that's how the Astros have Kepler lined up. They have 3 infielders on the right side, but look at the outfield shift. Springer way over in the left center field gap.
Yeah, they got it. They got the outfielders shifted to the left side and got the infielder shifted to the right side.
2 strikes to Kepler. Popped up near the Astro dugout. Gurriel has no play.
This is when you just kind of jam yourself and shoot that ball to third base. Just try to jam yourself. Even if you get jammed, you don't hit it far. It stops at the edge of the grass at third base. You get a hit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like do whatever you can to help the team.
Bregman is playing where a shortstop would normally play. Nobody between him and the left field line.
He has to get off speed if they're going to play him like that.
That is hit into center field, and Sano will go to second and hold up there. So the Twins started the 4th inning with a pair of singles. They started the 5th inning with 2 singles and a walk, and now a walk and a single with nobody out. Grossman will have another chance here.
You know, they like to throw him all speed away, but occasionally throw a fastball in, and he left that out over the plate, and he's able to capitalize on it. Like I said, he loves the fastball, and he put some good wood on that. Listen to that sound.
Grossman on a check swing left the bases loaded in the 4th. And a base hit into right center field. Sano had to hold up. He'll only gain third base. And for the 2nd inning in a row, the Twins have loaded the bases with nobody out. This time for Eddie Rosario.
Grossman got a pitch up, and he was able to handle that.
It's going to be the end of the night for Musgrove, who so far has given up just 2 runs.
And here's the pitch. Oh, he left that out over the plate, and he reached out and touched him.
Tony Sipp is going to come in to pitch to Eddie Rosario with the bases loaded, nobody out in a tie game. And Musgrove gave up just 2 runs, but he's responsible for 3 runners, hoping to get some relief from Tony Sipp. Max Kepler single to center, Grossman single to center. They're loaded up, and the Twins have a chance to take the lead, maybe even break it open. But left-hander Tony Sipp comes in to face left-handed hitting Eddie Rosario. Let's see, lefties not doing much against Sipp. Neither have righties.
I had a chance to face Sipp when he was with Cleveland. Threw pretty hard and had a nice little slider. I think he's developed a changeup since then.
We've talked about this in the past. Among left-handed batters, nobody has done better for the Twins than Rosario in terms of getting hits. He's hitting .269 against lefties. Just off the outside corner, ball one. So many opportunities for the Twins.
Let's get his first home run off a lefty this year.
Foul back. That's the other side of this. Rosario's had 78 at bats against left-handed pitchers. He's driven in 1 run. He's got 21 hits, but just 1 run batted in. James Hoyt getting loose. One and one to Rosario. Off the glove of the pitcher, and Altuve can't make the play. It trickles into right field, and Rosario will drive in 2 with a base hit.
That is a legit double right there.
Had Sipp not touched the ball, that would have been a double play to Altuve, but he deflected it, and Altuve couldn't reverse field. The ball just barely rolled out of his reach.
Wow, he reached out and hit it, and he messed up the direction of the ball. That is a legit double.
An uncommon one, but it's a double. And the Twins take a 4-2 lead, and now Polanco will hit. Still nobody out, and some meat left on the bone here for the Twins as they catch a break on a comebacker to the mound off the glove of Sipp. Infield in for the Astros. Polanco led off the 5th with a bunt single. Taking low, ball 1. Well, the Twins have seen the Astros do so much damage by stringing one at bat next to another and put up some big innings. They did it last night in the 2nd inning when they scored 8 runs. We'll see if the Twins can do that or something close to that here in the 6th tonight. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Polanco just, less than 2 outs. No outs right now. A man on 3rd. You have to do is just make contact. Can't really help the team if you strike out right here.
Swing and a miss, out in front again, and it's 1-2. Look at the graphic. Sipp's actually been more effective marginally against right-handers than left-handers, but he's been good against both.
Yeah, that's a little slider. It looks like a changeup, but it's not. It's a slider, and it always gets under the right-handed bat. It's kind of like Santana's slider to lefties. He wants to throw it under that bat, and that's what Tony Sipp has been doing for his career.
1-2 to Polanco. 2-2. Polanco's only faced Sipp once, and he's gotten a base hit. And a hit to the outfield here could double the Twins' lead.
Be nice if he can sip one over the second baseman's head, right?
Anywhere in the outfield grass would be nice. Two and 2 to Polanco. Got him. Another off-speed pitch. Polanco strikes out. That'll bring up Castro.
This pitch was slider, working downward. You just got to get that pitch up. I guess we fell for the banana in the tailpipe.
Castro has struck out and walked so far tonight. Infield still in. Ball one.
I got Castro really having a good at bat right here. What's the over under?
Twins need it. I mean, you know, they've seen this Astro team make up 2-run deficits without blinking an eye.
Need insurance.
Need to get more out of this inning than the 2 runs they have. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
That looked like a changeup.
A walk followed by 3 hits. So far, a couple of runs for the Twins here in the 6th.
You see how close the infielders are playing infield in. That as a hitter, it puts a lot of pressure on you.
This with a block, 2-1.
They're so close. You just like, all right, all I have to do is just hit it over their heads. They're so close to you. Just touch it. And I think we try to do too much as hitters when you see those guys playing on infield in. And we're trying to hit it in the outfield, creates a bad swing.
Dozier on deck, very likely Sip's last batter he'll face here in the 6th. Two and two.
He has to shorten his swing. That swing was a little too big. I think he can just shorten his swing and just try to hit a ground ball. No, you don't try to do too much right here. And give the team a chance.
How to make contact. Foul.
Go. Keep battling, Castro. You have to go after Castro right here. He's a lefty on lefty. You got Dozier on deck circle.
3-2. Castro strikes out a lot. Drew his 28th walk of the year. His last time up.
I mean, Tony Sip right here can go for the strikeout. Doesn't matter if he goes to first base. You're gonna bring the righty in for Dozier. So doesn't have to throw him a strike. Castro's a swing and miss guy. So just try to get him to chase.
Full count to Jason Castro. Got him.
Oh. That's a ball.
Two down. Polanco and Castro both strike out.
That's a ball. Forget that thing.
Oh, see,
what is that?
That's Fox Tracks. That's
Fox Tracks wrong. That is a ball.
with first base open and Castro having struck out. Dozier will be intentionally walked and Sip will go after Granite.
If it was Santana, I want that pitch.
Granite in this same spot at least in terms of the bases being loaded. Hit a double play grounder. The game was tied up on the ground ball. And now he comes up with the bases loaded again, still in search of his first big league run batted in. Ball one. And it's hardly been a smooth ride for Tony Sipp. Nearly walked Castro.
That'd be great to see Granite get another hit right here in a big situation. 2 outs. Never faced Tony Sipp. Never seen him before.
1-0. And a strike.
That might be the best pitch he gets in that at bat. It's right down the middle. Take a deep breath, get the pitch up, just make contact.
Inside, nice. 2-1.
He looks so relaxed at the plate.
And he did in that very first at bat. 11 pitches in his first big league at bat. Who does that?
He didn't even budge at that pitch.
Two and one. Three and one.
He is spitting on that slider. Everybody else is swinging over it.
No place to put Zach Granite and Joe Mauer on deck.
You're going to have to throw 2. He's so relaxed at that plate. You have to throw a strike right here for sure.
Strike call, similar to the pitch that rung up Castro a few moments ago. So the carousel will start. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a full count to Zach Granite.
Let's see if this pitch was the same as Castro's. No. That's more of a strike.
Full count to Zach Granite. On the ground to Altuve. The Twins score 2 but leave 3. They've got a 4-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sports North is presented by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the Twin Cities. And by State Farm, here to help life go right with the home and renter's protection you deserve. Puerto Rican native Eddie Rosario with a big 2-run scratch double, if there is such a thing, putting the Twins up 4-2. And now Irvin Santana, who enjoyed a 1-2-3 fifth, would love to have one again in the 6th. It's a first pitch strike to Yuli Gurriel. Marwin Gonzalez and Evan Gattis will follow. With the pitch count, and Santana approaching 100 pitches. Popped up a foul ball into the seats.
Santana doesn't really like pitch counts. He just pitches. And if he can get out of, if he can go to the 7th inning, he's going to do it.
Last time he pitched in a regulation game was back on July 5th. And he went 9 innings throwing 117 pitches. So he might have a little bit longer leash here tonight, having pitched just the 1 inning in the All-Star game in 10 days. Down and away, 1-2. More importantly is putting a 0 up in the 6th, regardless of where his pitch count is at the end. Houston native Tyler Duffy loosening up in the Twins pen. That's to center. Granite coming in, and he makes a nice run and catch with a little snow cone coming out of the webbing of his glove.
He had a nice break right there. You know, a guy like Yuli, who's been hitting the ball really hard, you know, when he reaches out in center field, it's kind of deceiving. And he was able to pause and get a good jump on it right there.
They always say that those balls for a center fielder are the toughest because you you tend to sit back a little bit because it looks or sounds like it's hit harder than it is.
It's not so much the fly ball that's hit right at you, it's just the line drive. The line drive that's hit right at you is kind of tough, but sometimes some line drives go up and some line drives drop and they knuckle. So it's just pretty tough to get the line drive hit right at you.
Here's Gonzalez motioning as if to bunt and taking ball one.
It's fun to talk defensive outfielder. You know, as a defensive outfielder I was, and to talk about that felt good. We don't talk about that much. Great jump.
Gonzalez with a walk and a single, and now a foul ball. 1-1. Santana goes back for some rosin. It has not been easy for him by any means. The 1, 2, 3, 5th inning notwithstanding. He's left the bases full twice and given up a couple of runs. Inside, and it's 2-1.
If he can have a quick inning right here, I think you hold Duffy and let him go back out there for the beginning of the 7th inning.
Pitch number 100 coming up. On the corner, 2-2.
Nice. You got Gaddis coming up.
30 pitches, a whopping 30 pitches in the 2nd inning. And then you look up and the Astros just got one run out of it, leaving the bases full.
He's gotten better since the 2nd inning.
Got him looking.
Very nice.
2 down, 6 in a row set down by Santana.
I think Marmon was looking for another pitch. And here he is right here getting out of jams always. You know, this guy got a pop up right there. George Springer struck out Gaddis. Right here, slider down and away against Correa, and it created a ground ball. So no. You got Carlos Beltran, who Joe Mauer made a great play, and here's the last strikeout. He was looking for a fastball. You can tell he was cheating a little bit on those hips. Those hips was kind of leaking. The slider broke him off. A little proper like.
Santana started Gaddis with the same pitch and got a called strike. 0-1 to Evan Gaddis. Missing inside. Talking about Santana weaving his way out of trouble. That, you know, leaving the bases full a couple of times, that's nice, but that doesn't take into account the 2 absolute rifle shots that were turned into 3 outs. The line drive to Mauer in the 1st inning, and the bullet with runners at 2nd and 3rd to Sano. That was in the 4th inning.
They're outs in the book.
Yes, they are. 1 and 2.
Nobody's never going to remember those bullets.
Santana again gave the Twins 7 really good innings in Minnesota against this Astros lineup. Trying to finish off 6 innings, and then we'll see. 2-2.
If he can get Gaddis right here, I think he goes back out. He's pitching well since that 2nd inning.
Two and 2. A full count. Bregman on deck.
I wonder if Gaddis played any football. This guy's huge. We call guys like that brick houses.
And Santana upset. Ahead of Gaddis, ended up losing him to a walk. 5th walk issued. And yeah, head scratching time for manager Paul Molitor. Number 9 batter, Alex Bregman, comes to the plate.
And here are the pitches. Kind of threw him sliders away, fastballs in. So that's the sequence, to pitch him soft away, but try to finish him with a fastball, missing his spot away.
With Bregman's at bat, regardless of the conclusion of the at bat, what happens? This is the 3rd time through the batting order for Irvin Santana. So far, there's a check swing strike. All that the Astros have gotten from Santana the 3rd time through, the walk to Springer and the walk to Gaddis. Missing 1-1.
You just gotta. I think he gets out a lot if he throws pitches away. I wouldn't play with this guy anything middle in. He loves to pull it. But I have to go after this guy. I don't want Springer at the plate. Have to go after him.
1-1 to Bregman. Ground ball. Polanco with a pickoff. Fires to second.
Oh, nice.
Got it. What a play.
Great play.
What a play by Polanco.
Oh, my goodness.
From short center field, and a blind throw to the second base bag, and the inning ends.
That's beautiful.
Paul Molitor was saying this afternoon how difficult this infield is to play. There's hard dirt in front of home plate, and the grass and the dirt itself. He's basically saying this is one of the more difficult infields to play. Polanco played this beautifully.
Yeah, man, he made a nice reverse spin up the middle. Bregman hit the ball up the middle, and he kind of gave a long stretch right there and turned around and made a good throw to Dozier. That was a great play.
Polanco's been struggling at the plate, particularly with men on base. Makes a nice play there to get us to the 7th inning. James Hoyt will come in and pitch for the Astros. He'll face Mauer, Sano, and Kepler.
A play like that actually can, when you're running back to the dugout, everybody's excited. That's new energy. I like to see that, translating onto the offense.
Well, we'll see. Mauer 1 for 3 with a single and 2 strikeouts. The one to mark on Hoyt's numbers. High number of home runs allowed, 6 of them in 33 innings. And Mauer takes a fastball, strike 1. In the middle innings 4, 5, and 6. First in the 4th, the inning started with 2 singles. 5th inning started with 2 singles and a walk. 6th inning started with 2 singles and a walk, and out of all of that, the Twins got 3 runs. To the backstop, 1-1.
And I was always told leadoff walks score 80% of the time.
Well, it did in the 6th, with Sano drawing the leadoff walk. Going to the bottom of the 15th at Fenway Park, still tied at 1 between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Tomorrow the 2 teams have a day-night doubleheader, and then the Yankees fly to Minnesota to open up a 3-game series. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Seems like Mauer the whole game he's been kind of out of whack. He's just trying to find his rhythm, his flow. He missed a couple games, and he didn't go out on a rehab assignment, so it's kind of like he's trying to find his rhythm.
Foul tip, and Gaddis hangs on. Mauer's 3rd strikeout of the ball game. 1 down. That'll bring up Sano. Join Fox Sports North and the Minnesota Lynx at Mall of America for the Let's Celebrate the Lynx event from 6 to 8 p.m. Friday, July 28th. Enjoy interactive games. Register to win tickets and more. Visit foxsportsnorth.com and click on upcoming events for details. Sano with a pop-up to Altuve. A single to left, and then the leadoff walk in the 6th when the Twins took the lead. Twins out hitting the Astros 9-5. Got a breaking ball. Swung on and missed. 0-1.
This is a big test for, like I always say, you know, the last couple of days I've been saying that, you know, the next 12 games is a big test for these guys. And if they can go out there and hit with these guys, pitch with these guys, I like my chances of going to the playoffs.
To play well,
The next
get
12
up enough, you know, have a winning record, let's say, from here to the end of the month.
Yes.
Okay.
I like our chances.
Big chopper foul. That's what Paul Molitor was talking, that the area around home plate, and you can relate to this, is compacted almost like it was at the Metrodome. It's very hard in front of home plate. Kirby Puckett got hundreds of hits at home by beating the ball down hard in the dirt in front of home plate.
It was very hard. You couldn't really dig in at the plate and get settled in the Metrodome. I don't know why. It's no sunlight or something like that, but in here it's the same way. You know, the dirt is really compacted like clay, so the ball's gonna, if it's hit on the ground, it's gonna go out a little faster. You know, you have a good chance of getting hit. So it's kind of playing, when you play in this dome, you actually, it's like playing in the Metrodome. The balls go through the holes pretty quick, and you get a lot of base hits.
1-2 to Sano with one gone in the Twins' seventh. And Gaddis wants to talk about it. Cleveland is playing in Oakland again tonight. Last night, every American League Central team, including the Twins, of course, lost. Off the plate.
Woo. Lay off from that.
Tonight, the White Sox leading the Orioles. The Tigers beat the Blue Jays 11-1. Rangers and Royals are scoreless going to the ninth. 2-2 to Miguel Sano. Full count.
Hang the slaughter.
From the seat of his pants, Correa throws it out. He sat down and then lunged to catch the first hop.
That is a nice play. That ball was scalded, and the only way to really get behind that ball was him to fall on his backside and catch it, get up pretty quick, and made a great throw, man. That was slider down and away. Sano hit it really hard, and he made a great play on it. Wow. Look at him sit down. Got up pretty quick.
2 down in the seventh, and now Max Kepler. Single to center in the sixth. And the Twins got the go-ahead runs. Up and away, ball one. Tyler Duffy continues to warm up in the Twins bullpen. Looks like he'll get the seventh inning. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Let me correct myself earlier. I was giving the White Sox with an 8-2 lead over the Orioles. That's the Cubs. The White Sox are trailing the Mariners 4-3 in the sixth inning on the south side of Chicago. 1-1 to Kepler. 2-1.
Nice.
Under the glove of Gurriel.
Go.
And Kepler will hold up with a single.
Yeah, Reddick is known for throwing out guys. He has a great arm out there in right field. Glad he held up.
Now Grossman will have a chance to hit. He already has 2 hits tonight.
It's a nice pitch right here. Slider. Oh, no. It's a nice pitch for a hitter. Kepler stayed on that ball, head down, and put good wood on it. I love the sound of bat meets ball.
Grossman's done a nice job of it here tonight with a double to left center field and a single to center. And a liner to Correa to end the inning. A scoreless seventh for Hoyt. It's a 4-2 lead for the Twins. You're watching Twins baseball presented by State Farm. Final story of the game, the Twins leading 4-2.
Yeah, Brian Dozier lead off the game with a fastball down the middle, home run. Altuve worked on that swing and batting practice went oppo. Strong man he is. And Tony Sipp deflected the ball. Direction changed, double from an infield single. Should have been an infield single, but Rosario made it into a double. The game opened up from there.
And 6 innings put in by Ervin Santana. And sometimes when I'm working with pitchers, we talk about pitches thrown under duress. Well, it seemed like just about every pitch Ervin threw tonight was under duress. And he got him through 6 innings with the lead, and now it's Tyler Duffy's turn.
I mean, that's what this Astros lineup does to you, man. And, I mean, it puts a lot of stress on you, and you know, every pitch you feel like you're max effort because you have to execute it. And Santana, he was able to come out of that unscathed.
And an opportunity for Tyler Duffy to make amends for his last outing against the Astros. Springer will lead things off, then Altuve and Reddick. First pitch to right field, and Duffy will take it as Kepler catches it one away. When Duffy last pitched against his hometown team, it was in the final game at Target Field, and we know the Twins bullpen had all sorts of issues, but Duffy's contribution in the final game of that series at Target Field was to face 5 men, give up 4 hits and a walk, 4 earned runs scored. He didn't retire a batter. And it was kind of typical of how things went for the Twins relievers in that series. 1 down here in the 7th, and now Altuve. Strike on the outside corner. And Duffy, of course, a Houston native. He pitched one of his better games a couple years ago here at Minute Maid Park.
Yes, he did. I think I was a part of that.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
The Twins had some bullpen issues in that game. Ended up losing the game, but Duffy got the Twins deep into the ball game.
Curveball was really working that day. Change up. He has great stuff, and coming out of the bullpen, he hadn't been that bad.
1-1 to Altuve. Breaking ball hits the corner. So you can imagine Duffy trying to get ready for this series and thinking back to what happened at Target Field, and he was probably itching for a chance to come into a close ball game. We'll see how he fares. Altuve fought it off, just got a piece of it. Still 1-2.
How many family members you think he has in the stands right now?
Came here for the All-Star break because this is home for him still.
Family and friends, and he has the extra juice, and also, you know, he remembered the last time he faced these guys wasn't too great.
Taylor Rogers warming up. Reddick on deck. 1-2. Another foul ball. Whether Rogers comes in to face Reddick may depend on whether Duffy retires Altuve.
Right. You know, I don't know if you waste Taylor. You know, if he gets rid of Altuve right here, sets him down, I would think you let him face Reddick.
Because he wouldn't represent the tying run.
No.
Another 1-2 to center. Granite has it measured.
Calm down,
down.
folks. We got a guy there. Calm down.
And now with 2 outs and the bases empty, Duffy will have a chance to complete the 7th inning. They're trying to get Reddick.
Man, Here's the spray chart. Oh my God. He hit the one ball. How did he hit that one ball? You see one ball, you hit it. It's like 30 balls after you. Yeah, that's pretty good.
One of the reasons Duffy's been better this year than he was last year, he's really been tough against lefties. Lefties hitting just 197 against Duffy. The problem he's had is with righties who hit nearly 100 points higher.
That's weird. It's not typical.
One strike to Reddick. And Reddick beats the shift, a ground ball. And Reddick is aboard with a 2-out single, and that'll bring up Correa.
Stayed on that pitch, and they always say hit it where they ain't, and he did that.
Correa 3 for 7 with a double against Duffy.
I thought Santana pitched this guy so well tonight, and I'm pretty sure right now he's thinking like, I'm so glad Santana's out of the game. But doesn't get easier with Duffy.
Breaking ball misses the outside corner, ball 1.
That pitch was a strike on Castro with Tony Sipp. I'm just saying. I'm rooting for the Twins. Who are you rooting for?
2-0. Switch hitter Carlos Beltran on deck. Gregerson pitched last night. Looks like he'll get the 8th inning tonight. Duffy falling behind the cleanup batter. 2-0.
Two-0 ground ball double play. 6-4-3. Oh, it's 2 outs. What? You need to know that before you say that, Torrey.
3-0.
And then you put my name in the left corner. Let them know it's me. Really? Really, Fox?
3-0 to Correa.
Thanks a lot, young Matt.
There's a strike. This, in all likelihood, will be Duffy's last man. Beltran, switch hitter, but he's much more dangerous from the left side of the plate. Has a yet to homer from the right side of the plate. 3-1. Duffy trying to come all the way back from 3-0. And he walked him. And Beltran will come to the plate, and Paul Molitor will probably come to the mound.
Maybe not. He's batting average against lefties pretty low.
Yeah.
I don't think he wanted any parts of Correa. Threw a lot of sliders down and away. Tried to get him a chase, but just didn't work out.
And they'll let it ride with Duffy, hoping that his sub-200 opponent batting average to lefties will carry the Twins to the 8th inning.
I got Beltran trying to hit it at third base.
Ball 1.
It just seemed like it's so easy. Sano's over there on the island by himself. It just seems like it's so easy just to hit it over there. This game is hard.
Two and 0. First 2 outs came quickly on outfield flies, and then Reddick with a 2-strike single. Correa was walked, and now it's 2-0 to Beltran, who's hit 2 deep flies to right for outs, and a ground ball to Mauer, who took a hit away from him in the 5th.
Let's go ahead and go after him. Let your defense play.
Where's the strike zone? 3-0. Gurriel, the next batter.
on, baby.
Couldn't come back from 3-0 with Correa. Now it's 3-0 to Beltran. Three and one.
I don't want to face Yuli Gurriel. I don't want to face him. He's actually been hitting in the series. You have to go after Beltran right here.
3-1 to Carlos Beltran. To left. Rosario can't make the play. Here comes the throw.
Nice.
And he will keep the runner at third base. Beltran to the opposite field, a single. And Rosario had a tough hop to field, but he fielded it. And now Gurriel with the bases loaded.
Man, I figured that Beltran was trying to go to the left field side. And Rosario made a great play, man. He really closed in on that ball, and right away, Gary Pettis just held his hands up and held him at third.
So Duffy got the first 2 outs. Then 2 singles and a walk have filled the bases, and now Rogers will come in to pitch to Gurriel with the bases loaded. Get another look at Rosario and left, and that was a very tough hop to field. Thankfully for the Twins, he was able to field it. And the Astros have loaded him up with 2 down. Ball break. And Michael Fulmer with a really good outing, and the Tigers, who had a big team meeting before the game, went on to win 11-1. The Rangers have now beaten the Royals 12 straight times, thanks largely to Cole Hamels. They won tonight 1-0. And another great outing for Max Scherzer. He actually walked 4 people. But the Nationals leading the Reds in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here, bite your fingernails, whatever you need to do to get through this. Bases loaded, 2 down. Yuli Gurriel will hit against Taylor Rogers. Twins leading by 2, and the Rangers, after the second out, have gone single, walk, single. Fastball, strike 1. Rogers really improving this year in his ability to get right-handed batters out, and this might be one of the biggest right-handed batters to get out. Rogers holding right-handers to a .244 average. Strike 2. And he hasn't shown him the big breaking ball yet.
That was a good pitch. He's trying to stay away from him. Hit that outside corner. Maybe waste the pitch right here. Don't give up 0-2 hit.
0-2 to Gurriel. Breaking ball blocked by Castro.
There you go. Wasted. Love it.
Just 2 inherited runners have scored on Rogers this year. That's outstanding. Two and 2. Santana was able to leave the bases full in the 2nd and again in the 4th, and now Rogers trying to leave them full in the 7th.
This guy's been swinging the bat really well in this series, and he's hit the ball all over the place. So he's covering the plate.
Deep to the right field corner, and foul.
It just seems like he's always hitting the fastball. Maybe we throw him a breaking pitch right here and see if he can pop it up. Yeah, he's attacked him like this. Fastball's down, slider or curveball down and in, and he tried to hit that fastball to right field. Break him off with a curveball.
Chopper towards second. Dozier goes to the bag. Rogers does an outstanding job, and for the 3rd time tonight, the Astros leave the bases full. Wow, and they've had so many great rookies, including Jackie Robinson in the Brooklyn days.
Man,
here is Rosario leading off the 8th inning. Hoyt out there after a scoreless 7-0 time called. Rosario put the Twins in front with the bases loaded and nobody out. He had a comebacker to the mound. Sip, the reliever, had the ball deflect off his glove, and it very slowly trickled into right field, and 2 runs scored. And his RBI total against left-handed pitching went from 1 to 3. Deep to right, but hooking foul.
Long strike.
Just seems you get the feel that the Twins, if they're going to win this game, they need to score here in the 8th inning.
If we win this game, we need the bullpen to just hold them.
Outside 1-1. Rogers will be asked to get the outs, one would think, in the 8th inning.
Yes. It's good to have insurance. You have to get some insurance run. You have to have more. With this lineup over here, you're not comfortable with any league.
And nice. Rosario dumps a single to left. And he's aboard. Another leadoff hitter on for the Twins. And now Polanco.
I like to see a hit and run right here. Left a pitch out over the plate. Fastball, he just smacked it to left field. He does that with the best of them. He can go to left field with the best of them. Reached out and hit that. I'd like to see a hit and run right here.
Even though Polanco's struggling?
Hey, sometimes when you're struggling, a hit and run gets you out of that funk. It makes you stay back. Well, he's going to bunt.
Polanco bunted for a base hit leading off the 5th. Struck out with runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out in the 6th. And then Castro struck out. Dozier was intentionally walked, and Granite bounced out to end the threat. The Twins got 2, but they could have had more back in the 6th inning.
A hit and run actually makes you way back longer. You have to stay short and just hit the ball on the ground.
That's to the backstop.
That's better than a hit and run.
And a wild pitch will send Rosario to 2nd.
That's much better than the hit and run.
Now we'll see if Polanco drops down a bunt with Rosario already at 2nd base. Be one thing if Rosario, as he was for the first 10 weeks, hitting 260, 270, and they rule it a pass ball, not a wild pitch.
See Rosario talking to his Puerto Rican native.
Polanco's really been scuffling, and the average down in the low 220s. So my guess is here he'll try to put it on the ground on a bunt and get Rosario to 3rd. Should be pushing the bunt toward the 3rd baseman Bregman.
Do they bunt anymore? Do they bunt to get guys over anymore?
They try.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he would do that. Now 4-2 lead.
1-2. Francis Martez warming up. With 2 strikes, Bregman and Gurriel play back the corner infield spots.
Oh,
1 down.
that was a tough swing right there. I don't know what happened. He got really fooled. It wasn't pretty though. Let's check this swing out. I don't know what this pitch was. Slider. Oh man. Oh.
Now Castro.
I don't know what to say right there. They're going to talk about him in the clubhouse. They're going to replay that tomorrow.
If they win tonight.
If they win tonight.
Castro with 2 strikeouts and a walk. And Rosario went almost halfway to second and then retreated on a pitch in the dirt.
You know, I've learned over the years, like a man at second base, no outs. You had Polanco at the plate. I didn't think he would bunt over because the game has shifted a little bit. They'd rather take 3 chances at a guy swinging and getting them in and driving them in instead of sacrificing 1 guy and then having 2 chances. So they'd rather take the 3 chances.
And that's fine. And Polanco's just having a hard time making contact right now. There have been way too many swings and misses.
True.
Down and in again, and it's 2-0 to Castro.
I agree with you.
Okay.
The game's changed a little bit. The mentality of the game.
Yeah.
The way they look at it.
Twins out hitting the Astros 11-7, but lead by just a couple of runs. Twins who've hit so poorly with runners in scoring position would like to get a big hit here from Castro, and now it's 3-0. First base open, Dozier on deck.
I'm rooting for Castro right here, man. He's at home. He's sleeping in his bed. He needs to get a big hit right here.
He's got to be taking 2-0 though, doesn't he? Or 3-0?
Yeah.
And he takes a 4-pitch walk. And A.J. Hinch will make a pitching change here. Hoyt faced 4 men in the 7th and 3 so far here in the 8th. And Martez will come in with runners at first and second and 1 down. Twins trying to add on in the 8th, leading by 2. Late inning hit here, and you can join Brian Dozier and the Twins at Target Field for Sportsman's Night Saturday, August 5th, as we celebrate Pheasants Forever's 35th anniversary. Each ticket purchase through this special theme night ticket package will include an exclusive blaze orange camo reversible Twins beanie, plus a portion of each ticket will go to support Pheasants Forever. Learn more at twinsbaseball.com/sportsman's night. Dozier aboard. He has 2 hits and a walk. He hit the first pitch of the game to left for a home run. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. Plenty of heat from Martez, who can throw in the mid-90s.
It's 95, but it's never too hard for Dozier, though. He likes any fastball that's hard.
Breaking ball, half swing, strike 2.
Slider, different thing. Dozier's pretty good at, you know, reading pitchers, and if you throw certain pitches, he can pick it up before the ball is thrown. He's really good at that. Oh,
98 and a foot inside. What we've seen Brian do more this year than he did last year. You can see the target was.
Oh, hey, Tony Oliva would say, I think the ball went through my body.
1 and 2. Dozier a little more willing to go to right field this year, and he checks his swing 2 and 2. That's the punchline to his story of Rod Carew facing Nolan Ryan. And talked with Nolan Ryan's son Reed, who's running the show here in Houston, and Nolan in good health. We're glad to report that. 2 and 2. Rosario at second. Castro at first.
Oh,
And the fastball gets him 2 down.
this guy is throwing some heat. He's quick to the plate. He doesn't really pick up his leg. It just kind of balls up in quick pitches. Here's the pitch right here. He doesn't pick his leg up, and Bayou classic.
2 down, and Zach Granite will come up again with a chance to deliver a big hit.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Very nicely condensed. Strike call to Granite. Last two plate appearances prior to this one. Granite came up with the bases loaded in the 5th and hit into a double play. The Twins tied it up on the ground ball. Then he ended the 6th, leaving the bases loaded. And now 2 men aboard again here in the 8th. Looking for that first major league run batted in. Chop to the right side. And it's a foot race. And Marquez got there. So the Twins again in the 8th. Threaten, but don't score. It's a 4-2 Twins lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And you're watching Twins baseball presented by State Farm. Ball game regardless of who had the 4, who had the 2. It's almost a miracle. The Twins have had 16 at bats with runners in scoring position. They have just 3 hits. 3 times tonight the Astros, the biggest offensive juggernaut in the game, 3 times they've left the bases loaded. And now Taylor Rogers, who left them loaded in the 7th, will pitch in the 8th to the bottom 3rd of the Houston lineup. Oh, it's starting with Marwin Gonzalez, who may contend for the Triple Crown before this season is over with hitting 7th in the lineup. Strike 1. Gonzalez with a walk, a single, and a strikeout so far tonight.
You got 3 guys for sure is going to be considered, MVP candidates or most outstanding player, but you got to throw Gonzalez in there as well.
Pretty good utility player, huh?
Yeah, that's probably the only thing that hurts him, that he plays everywhere. Really doesn't have a permanent position, but I mean, he's more valuable to this team than anybody.
Much better success against right-handed pitching. Rogers got a big right-handed batter in Gurriel to leave the bases loaded in the 7th, and would love to keep the bases clear here in the 8th. Got him on 3 pitches. 1 down.
That was a great, quick out. And here's the pitch sequence through all wrinkles. We call them wrinkles, curveball, and froze them on the last one. That is unbelievable.
1 down, and now Evan Gattis.
Not 1 fastball that last at bat.
Gattis 0 for 2 with a walk.
Guess you got to throw him all off speed as well. He likes the fastball, so you got to throw curveballs too.
It's the corner. Rogers so stoic out there. His brother Tyler pitched in the AAA All-Star game on Wednesday and pitched a scoreless inning in Tacoma.
Is that his twin?
Yes.
2 guys look alike. That's
to center and deep. Right back at the warning track. Out number 2. Hit it to the wrong part of the ballpark. You talked about that area here at this ballpark. You got to be a big man to knock it out there.
That will crush your hopes and dreams. That's a dream killer out there. Don't try it. If Gattis didn't get it, the Viking, then nobody can. Oh, Marwin did it last night, right?
2 down, and now Bregman.
And that was a fastball. He threw all breaking pitches, and he was actually getting these guys with that breaking pitch. He tried to sneak a fastball, and Gattis actually drove that pretty well.
Fastball missing the outside corner, and there's enough there for hitters to have to respect it. That was 93. We've seen 94 from Rogers.
And that's pretty hard from a lefty. That's hard for anybody. But
to right field, that'll carry to Kepler.
Wow, nice.
4 immense outs posted by Taylor Rogers, and it's 4-2 going to the 9th. Taylor Rogers came in and got the last out of the 7th inning, leaving the bases loaded, and then pitched a 1-2-3 8th inning. 4 big outs.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Rogers went out there and got, 1, 2, and 3, and got those boys off the field. Us as position players, we hate to be out there too long, and we love those type of innings.
Mauer to lead off the Twins night. Snapped his bat in a little roller. Bregman picks it up and fires across, and Mauer quickly retired one down. Don't see Joe swing at the first pitch very often, and you rarely see him crack his bat.
Yeah, it's just timing. His timing is a little off. And you was on a 10-day disabled list, and then you had 4 days off for the All-Star break, and he's coming back today. It's just kind of like his timing. He's letting the ball get too deep. He's out in front. You know, that's all it is. It'll be fine.
Sano 1 for 3 with a walk.
I sound a little biased. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Martez facing Sano. Strike in the inside corner. Similarly, Martez got a couple of big outs in the 8th, striking out Dozier, getting Granite to bounce out. Hit in front of the plate. Yankees in 15 innings beat the Red Sox 4-1. Now they get to play a split doubleheader tomorrow, and then the Yankees will come to Minnesota.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Have you ever hit a home run?
Off the end of the bat foul. In fantasy camp, yeah.
You hit it out the park?
Yes.
You hit it over the fence?
Yes. Twice.
You got that much thump?
A little aluminum bat.
Oh, you cheating. You're a grown man with an aluminum bat.
Those were the rules I played under.
We need to change the rules.
Twins will have a lead for Brandon Kintzler. He's warming up in the Twins bullpen.
But I heard you can pitch.
I propel the ball to home plate. On the outside corner, Martez is looking nasty here tonight. 2 down.
That was a 90-mile-an-hour slider.
In a really good spot.
Oh my goodness. Tip your caps to know. That was a ball, probably. That's a ball. It was close.
2 down, and now Kepler. A couple of singles for the Twins right fielder.
Just tip your cap. That's all you can do.
On the ground, backhanded by Altuve. And Martez has a 1-2-3 night. We'll see if Kintzler can have one of those 1-2-3 innings in the bottom of the 9th with the Twins up 4-2.
We're gonna make dinner.
7 games, the Astros have scored double digits in runs, and tonight Irvin Santana and company have done a great job keeping this lineup in check.
Oh man, you talk about a lineup that's really good, and you know you got the bullpen and Santana. You know he got out of some tough spots, and then the bullpen comes in and you know really shut these guys down and keep them to 2 runs. That's pretty impressive in itself. So got to commend the bullpen for doing their job.
In the 3 games at Target Field, as lopsided as the scores were, all 3 games were winnable going into the 7th inning. Twins had a 7-2 lead going into the 8th in the opener, but the Twins were never able to take a lead or get a lead into the 9th inning and get Kintzler into the game. They'll have that chance here tonight. Kintzler, of course, added to the All-Star roster. He got into the game and had a clean inning, made kind of quick work getting some weak ground balls. That's his game.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and that's got to be exciting, man. You think it's his first All-Star game, and I heard his son got an autograph. Was it from Aaron Judge?
Yeah.
So I thought that's pretty cool, man. I bet you that was a great experience for him, facing some good players, from the National League, and AL went on to win it on Cano's home run.
Not so sure the 3 ground balls added together covered 200 feet. So it's a 2-run lead. It'll be the top of the Houston batting order, starting with Springer. Then Altuve, then Reddick.
Kintzler has a lot of movement on that ball. It's hard to square his balls up because he has so much movement.
Twins don't have to get into the no doubles defense here with a 2-run lead. Swing and a miss.
You know, some managers don't like no doubles. They're starting to get away from that. You know, when I was younger, Tom Kelly, he was a big believer in the 9th inning.
Right.
He played no doubles. And then you know, some managers don't like it. They won't call it at all.
Oh, and Springer swinging as if it's a one-run ball game.
Swung out of his helmet.
2 swings and misses. He strikes out a lot. Kinsler, of course, not much of a strikeout pitcher.
Swung and spun around. Spikes get caught in that tough dirt. Really can't dig in.
0-2. Kinsler to Springer. All-Stars on Tuesday facing each other here on Saturday. Off the plate, 1-2.
That two-seamer in.
2-2.
That moose kick. That's what we call a moose kick. That two-seamer in, coming at your back leg, you got to kick it out. Make sure you don't hit you in the knee. It's a purpose to the pitch. It's a purpose pitch, but it's a purpose to the pitch to set up something away.
Missed, and it's a full count.
This is amazing. When you retire, you become really good.
39 in the 3rd innings and only 8 walks, one of those intentional. And the last thing he wants to do with a 2-run lead is issue a leadoff walk. 3-2. Chopper to Sano. To Mauer, 1 away.
Nice.
You played behind 20 closers, whatever, in your career. You can't overvalue the ability to throw a strike when you need to throw a strike.
Yeah, I mean, most of the closers that I've known, like Eddie and Joe Nathan, all these guys were, you know, guys who started before in their career, and they knew how to throw strikes. And I think that Kinsler is one of those guys who knows how to throw strikes. He knows when he needs to throw a strike on that outside corner and create ground balls. It's tough. It's tough to square up balls. And Corey Koski, if you're listening, it's tough to square balls up. That's what it means. You can't hit it cleanly.
And Altuve, who drove in the last Houston run with his 3rd inning leadoff home run. Swing and a miss, 1 strike.
Corey Koski just tweeted me and told me, square balls up. What does that mean? This guy's crazy.
Strike 2 on the outside corner.
Threw a little slider right there.
Close enough.
Good pitch. He gave it to Martez and struck out Sano with that pitch.
0-2 to Altuve. Hit it.
Oh, no.
At 94. On an 0-2 pitch, and the deflection may have stung Castro as well.
The two-seamer got away from him. Got him on the wrist. Yeah, you hate to see players get hit on the wrist. That's all the little bones there seem to be okay. That's going to leave a mark.
Now Reddick will hit, representing the tying run on an 0-2 pitch. Altuve gets hit. Now the outfield playing a couple of steps deeper. Granite and center being moved back as we speak. Grounder to Dozier.
Nice.
Out there. Safe there. But the Twins get a big second out, almost predictably on a ground ball.
Yeah, he got a nice ground ball. You know, he's good at creating those ground balls for the double play. And Reddick out of the box is running hard down that line. And here's a pitch. Two-seamer out over the plate and tried to pull it. Dozier got rid of the ball pretty quick. That was a great exchange, but Reddick out of the box was rolling out.
Correa has walked twice, 0 for 2.
This is a perfect matchup. Correa, Kinsler, 2 All-Stars, 4-2 game.
Runner goes. Twins don't care. The pitch inside. Zach Granite, the center fielder, is only 5'8". From here, you have to squint to see him. He's almost back on a warning track. Part of the no doubles defense. A double here gets the tying run into scoring position.
It's amazing. From here, he looks like a child. So far away.
1-0 to Correa. 2-0. Kinsler got ahead of Altuve before hitting him. Now falls behind the cleanup hitter. Yeah, he's been good. Three and 0. And Kinsler, who fell to 3-2 in the Springer at bat before getting him to ground to Sano, now is falling behind 3-0, hoping to leave Beltran in the on-deck circle.
Like I said, our pitchers is just trying to be too fine against this lineup.
Down the middle.
And these guys they're that good that you have to be. I think he takes a monster hack right here and tries to tie this game up. Kinsler keeps it on the outside corner. He can't do much with it.
To center. Granite streaking in, and
Nice.
he gets there.
Very nice.
And the Twins find a way to beat the Astros. That was a long run for a center fielder who nearly started on a warning track.
Yeah, he was pretty deep and had a big swing and the ball ran in on him and jam shot. No blooper because we got a speedy guy there. Everybody calm down. We got a guy there.
Anthony LaPanta, the Twins beat the Astros. They stay above the 500 mark, and the Twins with their record this year now 46-44. This might have been the most exhausting win of the year.